It's the castle where queens come clean. Facts get dropped and the vibes stay mean. No chaos here, just calm with a crown. Sip slow, speak truth, then shut it down. Let her press play, come correct or don't. We ain't chasing drama, we confront what won't. So like it, share, sub, get in the zone. But if you fake, stay out of this throne. Y'all loud for nothing, we logging calm. Talk real life, not a circus charm. Every room got rules, this one's grown. Keep it cute or stay gone, this castle's known. Built on truth, no scripts, no flex. We peep, we speak, then leave it in text. Don't ask who said it. Check the tone, the vibe is bossed up and we stand alone. We don't yell, we shift the space. A queen don't move till it's time to face. No sneak, no fake, no lurk, no plot. Just vibe in peace or get blocked on the spot. Pull up with class, lead with facts. Drop comment sharp, never fumble with caps. This ain't just chat, this here a zone where women talk heavy but keep it grown. I stay calm but I still check a hole. Y'all talk too much, me, I just scroll. Gather up receipts, round 12 they unfold. Facts hit harder when the tea served cold. Share if it's real or tag if it's needed. Don't come for the queen if you barely completed. We casting chaos or chilling the throne. But either way, we stand on our own. Welcome to the castle, my loves. No chaos, just clean vibes, real chat and big truth. So if you're ready to subscribe, but if you're ready to ride, join the fam. Now take your seat, sip your tea, and walk wise into these YouTube streets.
Hey guys, welcome to the castle. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're not new, welcome back. Hey y'all, hey Alice in Wonderland. Hey, I'm here. Hey Champagne. Hey Ralph. What's up, Ralph? How you been? Hey Golden. Hey Carissa. And that's all for now. Hey Carla John, top of the evening, vibes in chat. Hey Carla, welcome. How are you? But yeah, you seen the title. Uh, we haven't been live in 2 nights. I'm like, okay, this is the third night. We got to do something. Okay, I know y'all are bored. I definitely missed y'all. I just been chilling back, minding my business, enjoying the cold weather, cuddling, doing all kind of stuff. Okay. Oh, hey, Drea. What's up, Drea? But yeah, you seen the title, guys. Y'all ready to talk about everything and everybody. And I guarantee you, if you're up in here and you're gracious enough to hit the like button, that will let everybody else that didn't get notification or whatever to know that we are live. Okay. So I know Mark has been dropping them interviews back to back to back to back. Hey, Miss Darlene, how you doing? Good to see you. So yeah, I don't know if y'all want to talk about Tia. That's the trans that lost her. Well, we're gonna say her because I like to go by the real pronoun that people like to go by, but Tia like to be referred to as her, if I remember correctly. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Tia. Let's see who else. Quita, Polo, um, Polo / Troy from Troy's World. We just gonna talk about it all the interviews. Okay, and what else? And yeah, Tia definitely tried Marcus, and Marcus addressed Tia. And what else we got written down? Let me see. Yeah, there's a lot going on out here. But are y'all doing okay? But yeah. All right, let me see. You said, hey girl. Okay, hey Drea. Girl, we got a little bit of people tonight, but it is what it is. I thought y'all would miss me if I didn't come live in 2 nights. But yeah, and then in the end, um, I know Troy's World made a video asking what exactly is the street sector, who were the key players, all of that stuff. So we'll just go through the commentary and then in the end we'll go to that, just go from try to explain it a little bit to the best of my ability. Okay. Um, okay, so when it comes to Tia, Tia said 2 weeks after the interview, because this is the second interview on the channel, right? Tia said 2 weeks after the interview, she lost her job, okay? And lost the clients that she do their hair to. Is anybody up here? Did anybody see that? You said Troy's world cracks me up. Mm-hmm. Definitely. He have a different sense of humor. Yeah. Good people, good people. Um, let me see. So yeah, did anybody see the interview that I'm referring to with Tia? That's the trends. Okay, so let me tell y'all real quick. So Tia said she put out a sex tape on the internet. Okay, you can't see the man face, but you definitely could see her in action. All right. Hey, Rock. Hey, everybody. Me, I am the key player. Ralph, you saw it. Drea. Oh, you said me. Oh, that was Raquel. Say I'm the okay, girl. I see you. Ralph. So Ralph know what I'm talking about. So Tia said, this was on Twitter. Okay. So basically, the interview is to tell everybody that she's about to be homeless and need help, pretty much. So the goal was to get $200 or close enough for the rent. Okay. The rent was late, and apparently she's saying that, oh, she paid her rent for the rooming house bi-weekly. Okay. So every 2 weeks. And when she asked her family for help, the family say figure it out. They say that, you're grown and they done helped in the past, like they're not doing it. All right. All right, so let's see what else. So she said it was a heated argument that was posted on the internet, on IG and Facebook, that hit 1 million plus views. And basically, in that video, she was being disrespected. So she didn't like that. Basically, she was called out of her name and out of her gender by the right pronoun. Okay. So I'm looking like, oh my God, did anybody catch the fingernails? Did anybody catch the fingernails? I did not like those nails. Okay. They were weird looking, but she knew what she was doing when she posted that video. Come on now. I know. I know. Like, girl, you did this to yourself. Okay. And it do feel weird with me saying girl, but I like to be respectful. I don't want to keep saying he if the person said they like being called she. Okay. So it is what it is. That's the time we living in. But yeah, so Ralph, I definitely agree. Like you did this. And then Marcus was like, so hold on, you mean to tell me nobody don't want to work with you anymore because this video is on the internet? Especially not even the X tape, but the one with her pushing the dude down the stairs or whatnot. He sprained his ankle, all of this stuff. Okay. So Marcus was like basically looking like, so you mean to tell me people don't want to work with you because of this, but they will basically let you do their kids' hair, um and your situation, you know what I mean? They were safe. So yeah, that didn't make any sense. So let me see. Carla said she said she was acting a fool in that video, so I could understand her losing her job behind that. Yeah, but not your clients though, that you do hair. Because which one would you prefer? Oh, I'm gonna let this trans do my kids' hair. I don't have no problem. But oh, I see the trans acting a fool, so now they can't do my kids' hair. Like, come on. Okay. So I see, but I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say, I don't believe Lil Miss Tia. Okay, I'm not buying the excuses. You said I agree, Ralph. Imagine if everyone got drunk and posted their ex videos on Twitter. I really don't think that Tia was being honest. Tia looked very, very sneaky. Okay, very sneaky. And did y'all pay attention to the part where when Marcus confronted Tia about basically flirting with him over in text messages? Let me find that part. So Marcus basically addressed Tia about being flirtatious, right? The text message to Marcus was like, come over, let's do it today. And then she was trying to act like, oh, my phone was stolen, or I lost my phone, or something. She said it was something about the phone. And when Marcus just kept drilling to get the truth, I'm gonna turn around and talk about one other message was saying, I'm sorry, I was horny, like that. Now Tia want to talk about, because they can't wiggle out of it now, right? Oh, I think I was drunk. They always want to sum up everything to, oh, I was drunk. Okay. Hey, Lotus. Yes. But I'm glad that Marcus actually addressed that before. You know what I mean? It could have been a whole setup just to see what he was going to say. So Tia could come on YouTube and make videos or whatever. So I don't blame Marcus when it comes to that. I definitely would have made sure I got that on video with me confronting you about what you did. You know, let's clear this up before you start spinning the narrative, okay? Definitely. So the look, I'm talking about when Marcus was confronting her, right? You know, the look that Tia was giving was like, oh, I'm so busted, or I'm so embarrassed. She couldn't even look at the camera no more. She just kept looking down. All of that. I'm looking like, Pops, hey Abs. To all the men up in here, wouldn't you do the same thing? Wouldn't you confront and be like, hey, check this out. I don't go like that, okay? Let's set boundaries right now. I believe that was the best approach, okay? You said, okay, okay. You said, now, Queen, the behavior doesn't change. That's who she is. So, no, I wouldn't let her do my child's hair either. And she came on the Marcus too. No, can't trust her. Yeah, I'm not saying like, yeah, I'm pro like her doing kids' hair or whatever. I would have had a little concern if it was my kid hair, that not a little, but I would be concerned if she was doing my kid's hair. You know, my especially, you know, but yeah, I'm glad that he called it out. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I said, hey, the Lotus. I agree, Carla. And thank you for chiming in, telling us how you feel about the whole thing. So yeah, I was asking the men, do you think that was the great approach? Well, I know that everybody's gonna say yeah. All right. So we're gonna move right along. But that whole sorry I was horny part, whatever. Tia, you are busted. Okay. I don't really think Tia need no money. I think it was just all. I more look at it like it's a way for me to do an interview just so I could be back on the channel again. People probably gonna send you money anyway, you know what I mean? But I want people to know about this SCX tape. Maybe they'll run over to Twitter and go try to look for it, since you know they're talking about the tape was still up. You know what I mean? So I think it was a way to promote the tape for people to say, "Ooh, I like what I see in the tape." That way people could start hitting you up even more. You get it? Like to promote your SCX work. That's where I took it. But hey, Copper. But Ralph said, I agree, Carla. Today we have to be careful about everybody. Then I know Max was in the car. By this time point, Max was crying. Y'all, okay? Let's see what Ralph said. Yeah. First, she tried to lie to Marcus and say her phone was stolen and she didn't send the message. Marcus pressed her, and then she said she had too much to drink. Yeah, just lies on top of lies. Like she was pushing her luck. And the crazy part was to say when Marcus asked her, so what do guys normally do if they don't like when she come on to them? Basically, she said, hey, if I text the same message to another dear guy or, skeptical guy, basically they would just call me instead of continue texting. I'm like, But I was gagged when Tia said, I don't look like Keisha Cole brother. I look like Beyonce. I'm like, nah, I'm more see Keisha Cole, okay? Definitely more giving Keisha Cole, especially with the red hair. But definitely, so shout out to Marcus. Yeah, I would have did the same thing, say, let's clear this up on camera. So after this, we're gonna fast forward to Polo, y'all. But let me make sure y'all don't have anything else to say. And if you're up in here, guys, would you be kind enough to please hit the like button? It really helps the channel. I don't want to keep asking y'all either. I don't like asking for stuff, but I wouldn't mind. It'll be greatly appreciated. So Carla said, you said, oh, never mind. Hold up. You definitely see Keisha. We got to be skeptical now because the interviewees look like they're roaming around. They're looking at what people saying, reactors, all of that. Thank you so much, Tiffany Howard. Thank you for being here. And thank you for hitting that like button. And Finley River Kennels. Oh my God. Hey, how you doing? It's been some years. I hope you're doing well. You see, I dropped a like, sugar. Thank you so much, hon. It's so good to see you. I hope you and the boys and everybody are doing well. Oh my gosh, it's always good seeing a face from years ago. So Copper said, as a woman, I'll be offended if anyone from that community tries to come on to me too. Yeah, yeah, of course. I know when I was going to work back in the day, it was this stud at my job that was obsessed with me, honey. I'm talking about obsessed. Just follow me around, all kind of stuff to the point where, yeah, I had to tell my supervisor, like, I don't feel comfortable working with this individual. I'm talking about like straight obsession. Just stalk me all over my damn job. You know what I mean? You say, I don't know. I'm roaming around reacting to what they say. Oh my gosh. He said, I'm doing well. I'm blessed. I've been on Facebook, monetized over there always. Oh, that's what's up. That's good. I don't have a Facebook. But that's what's up. Shout out to you. I heard it's money over there. Okay. But Raquel, girl, when I said that stuff was obsessed with my behind, it got so bad to the point where I used to work on night shift and she got, it was either she was not going to work there anymore or she was going to have to move to another shift. And the other shift was day shift. So yeah, that's how that ended. Definitely. It was a weird feeling like a damn whole woman following me around every day. You know what I mean? But let's move on. And nope, she was not cute either. Okay, I could see if she even looked like something. She was ugly. All right, so let's move on. So when it comes to the polo part, let me see what y'all saying in this damn chat. You say, child, Drea. What Drea said? I missed the Tia video. Oh, you definitely got to go watch that, Drea. Definitely. Okay. So when it comes to Polo, the one that say the thumbnail say pissed off, Polo basically saying at this point that he want to know why y'all so pressed. Okay, why people out here in these YouTube streets are so pressed. Carla, you laughing at me or you laughing at them? I don't usually miss one. Yeah. And then he said, okay, I F with Quita. Like, you know, he not just doing this for a show or whatever. I really F with Quita. And then when Marcus said, you know, all that grabbing around the boobs and all of this stuff, he said, you know what? Uh, he grabbed her around the boob, hold her tight, all of that, because that's what he do and that's what she likes. And I know Marcus was like, yeah, you know, everybody is different. I know when I'm giving a reaction, I know I'm putting like how I feel about something, but I do know that in reality, there's people out there that like that clingy behavior or whatever. I like clingy, but from my partner. You get what I'm saying? Not from just a random person I meet the first date. And not too clingy. It's a line when it's just too much, you know? But for him just to be a random dude and was doing that, I would have felt uncomfortable. But what's up, Abs? Carla said, I'm laughing at you, Vibes. You said she wasn't that cute. No, she wasn't cute. I'm talking about look like a rough stud. Oh my goodness. You said Marcus always said Polo has another side to him. Now it is, girl. When I say I've never seen that side of him, it was a little scary. It was a little scary. I definitely say, you know what? Be careful, Marcus. And now I'm gonna make sure I read everything before I move on to what I was gonna say. But hey, Glossy, what's up, Glossy? You say you usually don't miss one. That one slipped by me. I think this was yesterday. This was yesterday, Drea. I think yesterday you was busy. That's probably why you missed that one. Mm-hmm. She's a throat. Yes, that's what Tia said. Throat, go, and girl. Let me tell you, I want to know how many people ran over to Twitter and downloaded Twitter. I don't have Twitter, okay? but I definitely didn't go see. But I know some of these nosy people in street sector had to go look for Tia's video. Okay, I know y'all too good. Hey, shout out to the cat subscribe. Hey, Ocean, what's up, Ocean? All right, so let's move on. So when it got to mm, oh, so Polo was very upset about the comments that was calling him broke. So whoever was over there under that video about the dates that was calling Polo broke, he did not like that. Okay. And I'm looking like, hold up, when since Polo started reading the comments? I've never really heard Polo address the comments until now. So what changed? This is new. But you said I searched but couldn't find the video. Tiffany, you definitely went to go look. Girl, I was sitting there, I said, oh, I should just be nosy and go over there on Twitter to go see, but why even bother? Okay, so trust, somebody got it. All right, if it's still up. But look, um, I know Polo energy was so dark to the point where when he was in the car and Marcus was like, why you keep being bothered with those comments online? And like, stop worrying about the comments. He was saying stuff like he'll put a hit out on Marcus, he'll mace him to death. He won't even be able to see him while he's stomping him out. Like, I don't take those threats likely, okay? I think somebody could say that stuff and it come off as like a joke, but in reality, somewhere behind all of that smiling and whatever, you need to take it serious, okay? So you can't just sit there and say, oh, it's Polo, he's never gonna do nothing. And especially with with Max, definitely. Let me say this, okay? Because people love to say I'm so hypocritical or I'm so judgmental. But to be fair, me personally, I don't think Max have no business outside so early. It's way too early, okay? Being from what I used to go through with my kids, okay? It's way too early for him to be outside. But I'm realistic enough to know that maybe mom probably got to go to work or mom at the doctor and you got to keep the baby. Yeah, you still have to work. But I think at that time, even if I had to bring the baby with me to do the interviews, I just wouldn't be able to take them in the car. Like, even when Polo was saying that, oh, I want to go to the store or whatever, you're gonna have to walk to the store today. You know what I mean? The beer is not that important, or whatever you're trying to go to that store for, you're not coming in the car with my baby. That's my opinion. Um, all that yelling and screaming and negative energy and whatever, that's way too dark for Max. All right. I know we might not agree with this, but this is my opinion. I think it's a big no-no. Just say we're riding down the street, okay? And out of nowhere, Polo just spaz out, just totally flip out, or it could be somebody else. Now you're not by yourself to even react. You got to worry about, damn, I pow, pull out this pow, whatever. It's a baby in the car. Or just say, I'm riding down the street and God forbid, got pulled over. Now you got this one acting a fool in the car, an open container, the baby back here, a whole pow. God forbid, hope and pray y'all don't have nothing else like some Mary J. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much. Too much. You said that was his envy and jealousy for Marcus. Hey, Jai. What's up, girl? You said, I agree, VQ. All that hooting and hollering they both was doing and the poor baby in the back. Yeah, so I mean, I get it if it's like one day, couple days, you got to do it because mama busy. I get it. Everybody can't just sit at home and say, I'm not working today, whatever. But me personally, that's way too much around the baby. All right. And then especially because it's been cold too. And then I know he didn't even have on his little hat. And then here go Polo ass like, oh, he's in the back seat and then trying to open the door. Now all that cold air is going in the car right on the baby. It's just way too much. Uh-huh. I just feel like, when you don't have a baby and you got to move and you move real fast, it's way easier when you're by yourself, if that makes sense. So and these crash outs, yeah, it's too much. We got to protect Max at all costs, okay? You see, I'm sick of both Q and Polo. But like I'm not here trying to tell nobody what to do with their kids. I'm just saying this where I didn't like that part. Because even when my babies was little, y'all, I'm telling you, they're not going outside. The point I'm trying to make is I limited the amount of company that we have. Like I'm not bringing my baby home from the hospital and everybody flying to my house the next day. You know what I mean? No. And then it's like you come over, you got to wash your hand, put the blanket over. It's a whole lineup of stuff you got to do for you even pick my baby up. If you're on that time of the month, you're not picking my baby up. It's just certain little stuff I'm funny, you know? And then it's like even just when like a day when they had to go outside, like to the doctor, or we had to run in Walmart real quick. By then they're like 2-3 months, right? The point is, I like sanitize the cart, put their car seat on top of the cart, cover the car seat. You know, we be all in the store. People be like, "Oh, can I see the baby?" All of this. I got a thick ass blanket over the car seat. You can't, don't touch my baby. Okay, period. I was just real funny, and I just feel like they just need to stay inside if they really don't have no business outside. You get it? So you said I don't want my you them run all that noise. But I said, don't worry, cause Max gonna let him have it. In a minute, Max gonna be like, if you don't hurry up and start talking crap, probably go to crying. It probably don't even be nothing going on. Max gonna let you have it, Marcus. Okay, he just probably start throwing a whole damn tantrum just because. Like, come on, let's go, okay? But I know it's like bring your kids to work. I get it. I get it. And I know in this time, everybody got to work. Everybody got to make money. But I'm like, if you could really avoid having him with you, that'll be the best thing. But hey, Lottie Marty, you said good day, Miss Vibes, mods in chat. I know. I not. Hold on. You say I not know about this, so I go sit, chill, and listen to vibes. Respect, blessings. Oh, okay. Thank you for being here, Lottie Marty. Mm-hmm. Champagne agreeing with me. Thank you, Champagne. Yeah. So Marcus, if you up in here, you hear me. No, I ain't beating up on you. It's coming from a place of love. Like, them people too wild for Max. Okay. You said, and I don't know why, but people like to touch newborn babies in their face. Yes. Yes. I don't be kissing. Like, you do y'all know that it's not even good for us to kiss our own babies when we have them? They'll sit up there and say, "Oh, you gotta wait till they get that whatever that shot is, pertussis, whatever it was, whooping cough or whatnot, right?" But even after that, I still be like, don't put your mouth on my baby, you know? Yeah. He said, old school newborn care, me too. Definitely. And yeah, like so I'll be sitting up there trying to bathe them before it get too dark. Even like how you try to run out, like once it hit a certain time of the night, dew start falling. I don't even take my baby outside. Like, you staying in this house, okay? But it just is what it is. But let's move on. So Polo energy and his energy was definitely different. I don't like that side of him. All right. So let's go to the part about Troy versus Polo. Polo basically was saying that, oh, yeah, I be seeing the reactors and the reactors talking ish. So excuse my language when it comes to this part, okay? This is what he had to say about Troy as well. He said, "Hey, B nigga, how can I say it without doing all this cursing? Hey, bish ninja, okay? Keep my name out your mouth. Talking about me and Quita, F you and your mama. Stop putting my videos on your ish. Pull up at Kroger. I'll smack the F out of your ASS." Like that. That's what he had to say. So I'm like, hold up. I went over there on Troy's community tab and I said, um, pretty much danger, danger, you in danger, because lately he had that banner behind when he be live, he have the thing like how I got the background now on the screen. That his thing was saying danger, danger, danger the other day. So I was just being silly in the comments. And if y'all are wondering, like, why is she so nice to Troy or whatever, I've been knowing Troy. Okay, he's not a new person to me. He might be new to y'all. Like I've been knowing about Troy from when he was covering the Rob Rack story back in probably 2023 or whatever. That's when I first met him. He did great coverage when Rob was locked up. That's who kept us updated with the whole court dates and when he was being released and the calls from jail, and he broke it down. So yeah, from you say you like Troy. Hey, PBs, good people. I've never seen him done anything malicious. Now, if he did something malicious, that was before my time. Me personally, I've never seen all that doxing and, crazy stuff, even though he was in the beef sector. But like I said, guys, if he did, I might have missed it. I'm not capping for nobody. I'm just saying overall that it always seemed like a safe space to me over there on his channel. I've never gotten, attacked or any drama or anything over there. But yes, Troy's video at Kroger had me rolling. So basically, because, Polo was saying, Troy need to pull up at Kroger or whatnot. And Marcus was like, well, he's in a whole nother state and da-da-da, whatever. But it was crazy because Troy actually had a Kroger. And I'm looking like, hold up, we don't have no Kroger. So then he went to the Kroger looking like, do y'all see Polo? Do y'all see a Polo? And I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. You can't miss the aisle with the alcohol. If anything in Kroger, Polo was at Kroger, he would more be in the alcohol section of the store. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely was triggered by that. You said Troy put up at a Kroger in another city. Wait, it was another city? They don't have no Kroger in Detroit? I don't know, honey. I know I watched the video, but I didn't catch that it was in another city. But he definitely went to Kroger, okay? I'll be trying to do too much. That's my question. But let me see. Was it in another city? Hmm. You said Kroger, I was dead. Uh-huh. Yeah, but if it was another city, I definitely missed that. Oh, it was another city? Oh. Hell, that even made the video even funnier. Because no, he stayed in Detroit. He stayed in Detroit. So that's why I'm like, I missed that part in the video, but I definitely watched the whole video. You said hell to the nana. Um, Let me see. I'm trying to look at the comments. Hey y'all, hey to everybody coming up in here. So you said, I have a question, parents. Would you let your 15-year-old daughter sleep over at her friend's house if there are two adult males, friends, brother 21, you don't know living there? My kid's not going to nobody's house. Whether they have a daddy, they have siblings, they don't have siblings. My kids are not doing any sleepovers, okay? Period. I mean, they're not going anywhere that I can't control whatever is happening. And that's just me. And that's the way I was raised. We was never allowed to go to anybody's house and sleep over. You said Troy was in his city of Detroit. That's what they mean. Oh, they threw me off when they said he went to another city to go to the Kroger. So I'm looking like, hold up, he lived in Detroit already. So how did he go to another city? But you said he was in his city of Detroit. That's what they mean. Oh. Oh, I mean in another city as not in Atlanta. Oh, I get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So even though he's not in Atlanta and he's in Detroit, I was like shocked. I didn't realize Detroit had Kroger too, because I don't know why I just always thought that Kroger was like Virginia, the states I went to before and stopped at a Kroger. But I didn't realize it was way up there in Detroit. Like we don't have them in Florida. You get what I'm saying? Like Kroger, Harris Teeter, all those stores, we don't have that. So I get it now. Now we're on the same page. You said he was in a Kroger in a different city from. Yeah, yeah. All right, I got it now. You say, yeah, I appreciate y'all. My daughter was upset about it. She here with me reading y'all comments. That is a no for me. Definitely a no. I didn't have to finish reading the whole question. I don't play sleepover. Yeah, exactly. My mom was big. I'm talking about my parents were so big on that. Even if my friend sat there and said, "Oh, can they come over to our house to spend the night?" It was still a no. It was still a no. I guess off the strength that my dad is there, I have brothers and stuff. My mom didn't want to put her family in that position to even have any kind of drama where anybody come up the next day and say, "Oh, her husband did this or her son did this," and now our family have all this unnecessary chaos. She figured you stay your behind at home and all that problem is eliminated. Okay, we stay home and you stay home. My parents were so strict, y'all, to the point where I could not even talk on the phone. You know, as teenagers, how you could talk on the phone? That was a no. She's like, you talk to them people when you see them at school, okay? When you come up in this house, it's family time. We wasn't allowed to sit on the phone late night playing around, none of that. Just real strict parents. That's how we was raised. He said, now 15-year-old stay in my eye view unless family, period. And even family, I'm still looking like, you heard what I just said, right? Even though we had aunts and uncles, whatever, my mom wasn't a drop off pickup type of mama. We staying at home, okay? And even when we went to grandma's house, she still was coming with us to grandma's house. So my mom was a stay at home mom. So you said no need for her to be upset. I'm sure it was for fun times where people have motives and they're not always good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we wish that we didn't have to think that way, or just be on high alert all the time. But you know what I always thought about is always the ones closest to you, is always the ones that you trust. And once something happened, you can't take it back. And I just always feel like I'm gonna forever beat myself up and say, damn, if I had never went to the club or I had never dropped you off, then that would have never happened. So I would just forever blame myself. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely. But shout out to everybody for being here tonight. And Ralph said too much is going on today. Too much crimes happening at sleepover. Yeah. Uh-huh. You said my dad didn't let my sister sleep at her aunt's house for a sleepover and she had all daughters. Yeah. And people be sitting there saying, "Oh, I'm not letting my daughter go, but I let my son go." No, the same way you gotta worry about your daughter, you gotta worry about your son. Okay. They just as vulnerable, just like the girls. He said, even if it wasn't boys there, I still say no. Girls be doing gay and wicked stuff. Mm, turning my damn baby out. This advice, my mom and dad was the same way. I didn't start going out until I was 18. Yeah. It kept me safe. Yeah, me too. I'm like, damn. I used to be like, damn, y'all tough on me. But then in the end, I'm like, you know what? It was for the best. It was for the best. I'm talking about if I should tell you about my upbringing, y'all be like, damn, your parents were boot camp. But yeah, it worked out. I had a timer to be when I get out of school, I had a timer when I gotta be in that house. And she don't want to hear a damn thing. No excuses. You got 30 minutes from that school get out to be in the house. All right. Period. I don't want to hear nothing. You said my dad. Hmm. She was more upset thinking I don't trust her, but it's not her I don't trust. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, yeah, Abs, I know. Yeah, it's not her, it's them. Hey MGO, you say just Jordan, I'm very much against sleepovers. Let her go hang out at her friend's house with the others and pick her up around midnight. It's just so scary. Like, Lord, I'm hoping those days are coming, but Jesus. I'm talking about even to go to the movies. My parents was like, hold up. My daddy be like, hold up. I think I'm coming to the movies too. Okay. My parents were extreme, but it is what it is. You say, I hear you. Mm-hmm. But hey, MGO, it's good to see you. But so yeah, that video was definitely the whole exchange with Troy and Polo. That was hilarious. Troy said, I'm not gonna keep Polo's name out of my mouth. A matter of fact, I'm gonna make 20 videos. Okay. But all right, let's see. So when it come to Quita, in her video that she did, she basically was saying she don't want to talk to Polo no more or go out with Polo. So can y'all believe me that the whole time when they kept saying the date is Friday, they were supposed to go on a date Friday, as in tomorrow, okay? And I kept wondering what was so special about Friday, 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 Friday. It finally dawned on me. Friday, tomorrow is the 30th because Sunday is on the 1st. They get paid tomorrow, y'all. Anybody on SSI? So I'm assuming he get a SSI check. We know he get a check, but now we know it's SSI. So I'm looking like, oh, so he want to schedule the date for the day when he get the check. I'm like, I cannot. I cannot. He was making sure that he didn't go on that day broke again. Okay. You say you can't wait to see Polo reaction to that? Okay, Drea. Right, right. You said, sorry to derail your coming to revise, but wanted my daughter to hear from you guys. I knew you'd all. Of course. You didn't derail me. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, we just need her to be safe, Abs. You see, I never thought she would actually like Polo. Polo likes anyone, though. Girl. You see, I'm not familiar with who Troy is. Can Ahmad please drop his link for me? And I do want to say, Troy, if you hear this, I do appreciate you sharing me out the other day. I normally don't get any shares from any CC, only like my moderators or like my subscribers, but like a CC to come by and share me out. And D, of course, or like Mocha, you know what I mean? But I don't get that often, so it's always very, how should I say it? It's always very exciting. Basically, thank you. Okay. Thank you. You said Glossy Troy's World is called. But if anybody's up here, please drop the link for me because he did share us out and I really appreciate that. So, yeah. So Carla say Quita lies. She'll do another date just for food and drink. She's a user. Definitely. But her attitude changed too. Thanks, Copper. Didn't know Troy, but checked out his scrub. I don't want no scrub. That was a song back in the day. Okay. You said Troy's from B sector. I think he's funny. I believe he's an elementary school teacher in Detroit. Mm, well, I didn't know him as doing that back in the day, but maybe he changed occupation. I don't know. Um, Thanks, y'all. I appreciate it. But yeah, so let me move on. So let me see. Oh, so I guess Polo was trying to give Quita $100, right? And then when he was trying to give her, she said basically, you can't buy me with $100. So y'all heard it. She don't want to go on a date with Polo no more. She don't want to fool with Polo no more. Okay. So I'm looking like I was so confused because I'm like, hold up. You said he is? Oh, well, maybe he changed because that if he was doing something else back in the day, but yeah. But what I was gonna say, so I was so confused. I was like, hold on. How Queen always talking about she be getting $40 and all of this stuff from the other dudes on the street. But now when Polo trying to give you 100, you don't want the 100? Somebody help me to understand that. Anybody? Somebody? Someone just bought her overnight for 300 though. But then she said 300, but then she came back and told Marcus 400. And then Marcus said, hold up, which one was it? Was it 300 or 400? And she said, pretty much, oh, he did give me 400. And then she started picking up the little bathing suit or whatever she had got, showing him off the floor. Remember that part? No, I guess the point where I was confused is how you walk out on the street and sell yourself for 40, but then when Polo trying to give you 100, you don't want to take that. That don't make sense to me. You said that was funny as if you selling dead pum pum. That was funny as hell. You selling dead pum pum for 20, but he can't buy you kiss with I thought it was 40. She can't keep her life straight when she's high. I'm like, I don't know what's going on with that. But I'm like, I thought you would have been jumping on the 100. Okay. He said Quita is doing more than drinking. The way she was crashing out on Marcus in today's video was off the chain. Wait, he dropped a video today about Quita? I thought that was yesterday. Hmm. I don't know. I got them down, but I thought it was yesterday. I don't know. But he said they both disrespect Marcus and he just be giggling. Like, what the F cuss these mother flowers out? I don't know. Maybe he just be laughing because he really don't be taking none of this crap serious. That's the only thing I could think of. That's the only thing. Like, why even spaz out? I'm just doing an interview. Like, I don't care. I'm not gonna let this affect my day. What would be the only reason, the other reason why he's just laughing? You don't even have to see these people in a few minutes. You know what I mean? But I get what you're saying. Like, tell them that, no, stop the disrespect. But I don't know why he do what he do. Mm-hmm. He said, I saw it today. Oh, okay, Ralph. He having the last laugh. I don't know. I think, sometimes I don't know in his situation what it is, but I do know sometimes people laugh when they're nervous. They laugh for various reasons. I don't know, especially when there's nothing funny. Hmm. So Miss Darlene said Polo mom say she watched Quita. I think he saw her disrespecting Marcus and was following her acts. Something definitely changed, okay? Definitely. Okay, let me go back. Hold on. So Ralph said she truly thinks she's going to be able to talk the judge into not revoking her bond. I promise you, this YouTube ish has gone to her head. She thinks she's a celebrity. I cannot wait for February 4th to get here because I really want to see what's going to happen. I really do. I cannot wait for that day to come. Hmm. She openly admitted to planning to purchase K-12 that day and has spoken about snorting cocaine in the past before being incarcerated. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm looking like, what is she doing? What is she doing? I'm talking about this girl. Where is that? Oh, so I don't want to be all over the place, but let me tell you, I'm gonna get to the part in a second where she was talking about the pow pow and all of that, okay? But I know Marcus was saying that everybody that was in the comments that was saying Quita basically, um, Quita basically was the reason why Polo is acting like this now. We were all wrong if we were one of them, okay? Including me. I mean, I was wrong too, because I promise you I was sitting up there thinking, oh, she said something to Polo. Why his energy changed? Okay, what's going on? I just looked down and it said something about sitting in the chat with him and whatever. What's going on? Because I'm looking at the chat now. Who's in the chat that's bothering you? I just happened to look down because I'm looking at my notes trying to make sure I don't forget to tell y'all anything. Who's in the chat that's bothering you? I don't know what's going on, y'all, but mods, you just got to hold the chat down for me, okay? I can't even figure out what's going on now. I don't want to lose my space. Glossy, he having the last laugh. I don't know, Drea. Honey, just keep the chat clean for me, mods, okay? Please. I can't figure out what's going on yet, but it is what it is. Let me see what else I was supposed to tell y'all. Oh, so Marcus was basically saying that we were all wrong because he just gave Polo Quita's number like the day before. So while we were sitting up here talking about Quita had some influence, there's no way because they didn't even have each other's phone number. Okay, so let's see. Damn, Blood was smoking K2 and doing coke. Um, I agree, Ralph. She kept saying how she got her 80K bond reduced to it was hold on, what she said? It was 88,500 dropped down to $10. Uh-huh. And all kind of other ish. She kept saying her friend name is on her bond. Marcus said, what friend? She didn't answer. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know why she kept bringing that up. And when she kept talking about, oh, my mom is sick, and I'm looking like, did you just find out that your mom have cancer now? Or I don't understand what was that all about when she was sitting there saying, my mom have cancer. Okay, we get it. So what that have to do with you in court? Or did you not think about all of this before you out here doing silly stuff? That alone should have said, you know what, my mom is sick if she knew before. And then I'm not even going to try to do nothing to go back to jail because I need to be here for my mom. But now after you do silly stuff, then now you want to worry about your mom is sick? I don't get it. I don't get it. But so Lotus say Quita said her mom is sick, so she may be moving off hurt and fear of the unknown, and she's self-medicating to deal with everything. I understand that, but that still doesn't justify her rude behavior and talking to people any kind of way. Okay. She didn't just learn about her mom's cancer. She already knew. She told us about it. Drea, I see now. I see what's going on. And of course, I don't expect you to sit with somebody that did all of that. Okay. So just do whatever you think is best. All right. You say, you know, we won't allow no disrespect. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. That whole damn situation don't went too far. Okay. Way too far. He couldn't handle words. Mm-mm. Wow. But thank you, MG. I see you. You say, I'm glad Marcus addressed that because people really be assuming so much random ish. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's the way the whole thing happened, but that's what I get, including me, for assuming. Okay, I know better, but yeah, definitely, I'm like, damn. As soon as they, and I kind of felt bad a little bit. I'm like, here I go with this brilliant idea, which I know I wasn't by myself. Oh yeah, let them meet up. I would love to see a video with them hanging out together, only for them to meet up, and then now he feeling some type of way, crashing out, and she feeling some type of way. I really thought they planned something just to, team up on him or something. And I'm like, hold up, I was wrong. So yeah. And Clarissa said she knew that before about her mom. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not a justification, maybe more so and a lot. I can't even talk tonight. Analysis of her behavior in the video. Let me see. Yeah, MGO, that may be true, but we all deal with with things differently. When you're in a hopeless space, people act differently. It's not an excuse, but I have cousins like her who act just like her and fam. And guys, for real, if you're up in here, definitely please hit the like button for us. All right, it's greatly appreciated. Um, So that's pretty much all I have for Quita. And we have a came live. This would have been night number 3. So I'm just trying to go to everybody, all the videos that were dropped without spending way too much time. And I know, let me see. Oh, so I know she kept saying that Short Dog was the one that was calling her. I'm talking about Quita. And she sold her little pow pow, her little 45 or whatever recently. And I'm looking like, why is she saying all this stuff on video? And then the part that gets me is people sit there and say, oh, why is if Mark is supposed to be her friend, why is he posting the video on the internet? But hold up now, when he's recording and she know that this is an interview, where you think the interview gonna go? In his closet? Under his bed? You know the video gonna be on the internet, so why are you saying stuff about, oh, I sold my little pow pow or whatever? I know I heard her said that. I sold my little pow pow. I think she said a 45. Okay. You doing way too much for somebody that's out on bond. All right. Crying, talking about she ain't a lame and she broke some girl's ribs. Tell me why I was sitting there thinking she was saying she broke the girl ribs since she was out on bond. But no, she was talking about when she was in prison. Okay. And Love So True, her moderator is unmodded. Okay. Y'all know I've gave commentary about Love So True before. I said, I don't know the lady, all right? I don't know her, but I do know that honestly, I think she was a little too aggressive with the wrench. I've always thought that to myself, okay? Why? Is because some stuff, I don't know if she was blocking them or timing them out, but some stuff is like, it was just way too much. Like you going back and forth with the people in the chat. I mean, if you're a moderator, you would really think that you just try to keep the chat clean, not be entertaining the drama, you know? And then it was something else. 1 minute, oh, people, when she did that calling that day, people was actually calling in saying, oh, we're blocked in your chat, or they'll just be on the phone talking just as nice. And then by the time they get off the phone trying to type in the chat, they was blocked. Okay. So I'm looking like, yeah, she did come off as a little too aggressive. She said she really don't need any mods. Oh, okay. Right. So yeah, and Marcus definitely did it and said Love So True is not a moderator anymore. So hopefully she just move on and don't be too upset about it. Okay? So let's go to today. Well, no, we missing one. On the B side. On the B side, Chris and his fiance, they did a video over there, okay? They did a video over there. It wasn't really the typical video. It was just Marcus trying to learn more about her. And Copper, you was right the other night when you said that Natalia is 36. Yep, she is 36. Okay. And what else happened? So basically, they was on the way to go see Fatima, and then they didn't plan that whole thing carefully enough because Marcus like, oh my God, so you mean to tell me Fatima don't even know that y'all coming or whatever? I was sitting there looking, I was watching the video, right? And then when all that happened around the 20-minute, almost 21 minute in the video, and I'm looking like, so you mean to tell me y'all been driving for 21 minutes? He's being the whole Uber driver and all of that, and y'all in the back seat, and y'all didn't make sure that this stuff was all together. I would have been mad as hell. You hear me? I would have been mad as hell. Oh my gosh. I would have been pissed. Oh, thank you, Abs. Thank you so much. Let's see who got them. You rejoined and then you gifted 5 memberships. Let's see who got them. Thank you. I appreciate it. Poke Don. I think there was a member before. Yummy Yum Leo. Just Jess. I think you was one before too. Renee and Kesia Hardy. I hope I'm saying that right. If you're up in here, be sure to drop down and tell Abs. Thank you. And thank you so much, Abs. I really appreciate the support. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I would have been pissed too. I hate stupidity. Like, yeah, wasting my time. 21 minutes. Listen, I would have been mad as hell. Okay. You said off-topic note for the simian is a word. It's not the same as primate. They are more higher. Wait, who you talking about? Off-topic note for the Oh, you talking about that thing over there? Girl, I've been totally ignoring these people. Totally. I'm talking about when you come to the castle now, you're like, who are these people? I haven't been like participating in nothing. You hear me? Just staying out the way. Let's see. But not to get too deep into like so Chris interview with just Marcus says all love. They definitely wasted his time. And as far as what's her name? Munchie. Did y'all see the interview today with Munchie? She's also living in a tent. And she said her daughter, remember Munchie is the one that he took to Pat and she was trying to get the housing voucher, help with housing and whatnot. And then the older guys was there and then Marcus and them got into a little altercation. I'm talking about her. So today, I guess people in the comments was saying they didn't believe that she was homeless. So today she showed Marcus her tent. Well, I don't know if it was today, but whenever they were doing the interview, she was showing the tent to prove that she was aligned and stuff like that. And it's unfortunate because she said her daughter is now staying at her friend's house and she can't stay there. So I kind of found that hard to believe that your friend will have 7, 8 other kids at the house. She'll keep the baby, but you can't stay. I thought she would have more wanted you to stay. That way you could help her with her kids and your baby. Even if you got to sit up sleeping in a corner, okay? You can't tell me there's not a floor that you could roll out a blanket and lay on at night or whatever outside in the cold. That's hard to believe. All right. Did y'all see that one? You said I don't watch Chris. I don't know how he's doing now, but I couldn't watch his past videos. I thought he was too young to be down bad like that. Chris been in on unfortunate situations, especially when it came to his family. If you was watching way back then, and then Marcus took him home to his real family, and the way they was spazzing out and all of that about his check, and this was years ago. Uh-huh. So you got to be watching. I know Chris did his little dirt back in the day with all that lying, and I think if I remember correctly, he was one of the ones that stole out of Marcus' Jeep. I don't remember what it was right now that he stole. Chris was always known for having his little sticky fingers and lying and whatever, but yeah, and then over the years he kind of like grew on me a little bit, and then now it's just like he just be saying whatever. Like, you could get the truth out of him when it comes to some tea, on the streets, if that makes sense. But thank you, Miss Darlene. Yeah, that was kind of you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much, Alex. I wouldn't even educate these nincompoops. Girl. Yeah, I'm tired of them people, MGO. Don't even mention them. You said, but she was giving Marcus attitude, especially about the tax situation. Okay. I'm trying to hurry up and get caught up with y'all. You said, I generally ignore the losers lately too, VQ. My time on YouTube is so much more peaceful as a result. Mine too. Mine too. I'm talking about I haven't been watching no trash. And I feel great. Okay. Someone sent that to me though, so I decided to give it 90 seconds of my time. Oh, I heard our names been yelling and people been yelling and screaming our names over there too. And I'm like, child, I ain't sparking up no live about you. Something seems off about this overnight engagement. Is it really time for Chris to be engaged and talking all of this stuff and the lady older? No. We all know it's not the ideal, whatever thing that we all picture life to be, right? But I say, you know what? If this lady makes him happy, he's not on the street anymore. She's not putting hands on him and all this drama and baby daddy drama because the baby daddy not around and all of this unnecessary stuff. I'm happy for him. I mean, you can't tell people who to love, but why is it so like rushed and him being the perfect dad in quotation or for her son? I don't know what's going on. Mm-hmm. But I say, you know what? Let me not be too judgmental. I'm happy for him. If he's happy, I'm happy. Okay. That, and I just left it at that. So you said I saw the Munchie interview, and I feel sorry for her, but the way they treat Marcus is sad to me. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Munchie. You see, I haven't had a chance to watch the videos released after the one with Chris and Natalia. Mark has been dropping them videos back to back to back to back. I'm talking about I'm notification gang, okay? You said we miss you, but I totally understand why you don't care. Right. And I've definitely been really trying, okay? hmm So you say Natalie said she has known Chris for 2 years, but Chris hasn't been in the current program for 2 years at that time, though. Right. That's true. She said 2 years, but they started dating like what she said. It was a couple months ago, I think. I had it written down somewhere. Well, 1 or 2 months or something. And Rack definitely been dropping her videos over there about the mind, understanding minds. She just dropped one today. I don't know if you're up in here and did you see it? Right, Raquel done found her own little lane over there and doing her own little thing over there. Okay. Right, you need to make some about these CCs out here. You said Kiss Matee, we all know Chris there. He's there for inconvenience. He's soon gone. You think so? You think Chris just acting all lovey-dovey because he wants somewhere to stay? It's too cold. She doesn't even have custody of her son and keeps getting kicked out of group homes. I also don't know about her sobriety. Is it long-standing and stable, or is she a newbie? It just seems rushed. Yeah. But listen, Chris said he's happy he put a ring on it. Okay, he clapped them cheeks. This what I was about to say right here. Chris said he clapped them cheeks 6 times. I almost choked on my mom. Listen, he's so happy to the point where he is counting. Okay. You said stay tuned, Rack. Okay, girl. You said keep releasing those videos. Raquel, love, you're doing well. So Glossy said, yes, he has BQ. I've been turned off my notification from Marcus. I just catch a video when I see it. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. He said she just seems mentally off to me, so their relationship is gonna be awkward. But you know what? She's happy. Natalia's happy. Cause Natalia's sitting up there like, right, babe, right, babe. She got her little nicknames on going. They seem happy. So I'm like, hey, if you're happy, I'm happy, okay? You know that dude doing something when the girl talking about, okay, babe, all right, babe, I got you, babe. Yeah, I hear you, babe. Everything is babe, babe, babe. Okay, they're in that phase now. So listen, if they're happy, let's be happy for them, okay? Oh. Yeah, she dropped a video today, Alex. So make sure everybody run over there and go check out Rack's video, okay? You said if she's 36 and thinks Chris can be a father figure to anyone, then obviously oh my gosh. Chris, listen, I'm done. I am done. Golden, where you was, Golden? Where were you, Golden? You okay? But yeah, I'm definitely at the part now where I want to talk about the street sector. After we wrap up this part, I want to talk about that video that Troy have been asking, about the street sector or whatever. Do anybody want to come up with me if you have time and help like try to break it down? I'm not necessarily going into the whole details about who started a sector because everybody know there was a video dropped recently and Troy already saw that video. So he's already aware of who's saying they started what, whatever. We're not even focusing on who. I'm so tired of that part of who started what. Okay. I guess for the people that don't know, for the new people, And then I was like, that's crazy how he wanted to know about the street sector and all of that, right? But then it's like, hell, you in here now. You in here now when the interviewee's calling you out. Marcus gave you a shout out. He played a clip from your video the other day. Whatever it was, I don't know if you wanted to be a part of it, but you in there some kind of way. Okay. What video was dropped recently? Oh, Raquel's video. She dropped earlier. Apparently a lot of people missed it. If Rack want to drop the link for y'all, definitely, and y'all can run over there and check it out, okay? He said that video Troy made asking about the street sector had a certain individual hot as fish grease. Really? I don't know if you want to tell me because I don't need the drama, but I didn't realize somebody was mad as hell at whatever. But Copper, are you busy or you want to come up with me? Or Golden or anybody that want to help me to tell not just him, but for anybody that's new and like, what exactly is the street sector? How did it start? Um, we don't care about the founders and none of that stuff. That all that do is just start a whole bunch of other drama, okay? And I ain't got time for the drama. But overall, I know that I was just over here minding my business, watching Marcus' video out of nowhere. Well, let me see. So Troy, the whole time I was supporting you when you was doing beef sector commentary and talking about Rob and the court case and whatnot. That time I was over here in street sector watching Marcus, but apparently you didn't know about Marcus back then, but I did. So yeah, I was basically over there, then left, came over here because I didn't want to do beef sector content anymore. So then when I came to street sector, I was just a subby, wasn't doing content or anything about over here. And then what else happened? She was about to flip her wheelchair. She feels it would not be a street sector without her. So yeah, that's why I'm like, I ain't got time for all of that, Ralph. I'm good when it comes to all of that. So I just want to, without even mentioning no names or whatever, I'm just giving him an overview or whatever. I ain't getting all into the names. So you call these people names, they get worked up. I ain't got time. Okay. So she brought us together. Golden, you available, Golden, or you still busy? Let me see. Thank you, sis. I got your rack. This is over. I'm inclined to agree. You said Monique started street sector. Oh, but I got you now, Rack. I definitely missed that. So you say Rack, thank you. If I'm still awake, I will check it out. If not, I'll catch it tomorrow. Yeah, Rack is very, very, very talented. Hey, Mimi. What's up, Mimi? Monquel, not Monquel. You said Monique. Okay. You said I will come up, but Copper said it best. No, but I'm saying for the new people that don't know who Monique is and this and that, how should I say? So basically, I came over here as a subscriber. I'll keep talking till somebody else come up. Okay, maybe they could tell you a piece of the history that I left out. So I know I was watching Marcus, and then Marcus did this interview, and that interview was basically all hell broke loose after that. All right, and overall, though, street sector was supposed to be helping the interviewees. How? Back then, even excluding Monique or whatnot, I just always knew that once like Monquel or whatever, the interviewees left Marcus' channel and went to their channel. Once we figured out that they had a channel, I used to just go over there to their channel to support them. How was we supporting them? Some people sent money, whether it's Cash App, to get rooms or whatever, hotels or clothes, food, whatever, right? And then some other ways we was helping them was like even with resources. So just say we're in Florida and then we had an interviewee back then that was in Florida. Even if an interviewee was in another state like Georgia, they will still, because we're all okay. So basically that interview would say, hey, I got some connect in Florida. try to help out this other interviewee, and then we'll sit there as the mods, try to help them navigate. You know what I mean? But then it's like, hold on, I'm struggling to tell them about this street sector stuff. Hey,
All
I'm
right.
sitting up here like, child, what's up?
So, I've got my little drinky drink, right? So I'm sitting here
Oh
chilling, of
shit.
course. Right? And we got to get this squared away because nobody seems to get this right. Nobody seems to get this right. So I started the channel in July of 2021, posted 3 videos. And then I didn't become active until January 2022. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Things took off quickly. For those first 5 months, I think I was averaging 10,000 subscribers a month. Okay, so things moved pretty quickly. Going into that summer of 2022, had a couple big videos, but in July of that summer is when I met Josias. Okay, and August is when the Josias videos actually started taking off. Okay, and started doing some decent numbers going into from late August into September. Okay. Right
Mm-hmm.
around then, Psychology Eats was starting to make videos about the whole Josiah situation and Marcus and questions I ask and that type of stuff. That was like her main kind of thing that she was coming from. But the other person that a lot of people forget about was the guy in North Carolina. I think his name was Gold something or something like that. I
The
don't know
one
if
with the
y'all remember.
dreads with the goals in his mouth.
Yep.
I can't
Yep.
remember his name, but yeah. And he
So
said,
so
mm-hmm.
but I don't know if it was Psychology Eats or him. But between those two, I kind of noticed them around the same time. And again, it was when the Josiah's video started like really kind of taking steam, is when that whole thing started. Okay. And then, of course, we had the Monique situation that happened a couple months later. And that was more of a slow roll. That was more of a slow roll. So Copper said, hey, Monique started the street sector, but it was actually the guy in North Carolina, or Psychology Eats, right? If you had to say either one.
Yeah, that's why I know we all came in at different times. That's why I was saying if Copper wanted to come up or Golden, because they might remember some stuff I don't remember. I don't know who got here first or whatever.
Yeah,
But
that that
if it wasn't for Troy, I wouldn't even be addressing this because I'm tired of they said my name, so I don't have time.
well, and everybody's, a couple people been talking about this and that about the street sector and who started it and this and that. And it's all these latecomers that think that they started something like Octavius and whoever else. Like, yeah, y'all were completely late. Like, you may have named it the street sector. I'll give them that. I guess, credit will go to Kiki for that. If you had to pinpoint the person who named it, for sure. Okay. But as far as making content that was a review of either me or, what I'm saying, the interviewees or just the interviews, that was definitely going on since 2022. And then in 2023, it wasn't really going, it didn't really do anything. It wasn't a whole lot going on in 2023. It was a crazy year for the channel. That summer was the second summer of Josiah's, and it was obviously a wild summer.
Mm-hmm.
But the content as far as online wasn't even happening yet. A lot of people still didn't even know what I looked like up to that point. If y'all
Right.
remember what the climate and everything was, right? So I didn't have my first live until like I think October of 2023. And I think I like I say, did that interview with Kiki maybe in early December or so of 2023, maybe late November, something like that.
Yeah, it was
And
December before Christmas.
okay, so there you go. So, and just so happens, like I say, Yana was in the background, and that was one of the names that she remembered. That's who she reached out to. She sent her the email and then retracted doing the interview. And even though
Right.
she retracted doing the interview, Kiki decided to post the contents of the email. And essentially, that's how, I guess, what you would call, you know, I guess for lack of a better term, Street Sector 2.0. That's kind of how, even though it wasn't named before, but that's kind of how the other characters came into play, right? And the truth is that no shade to Kiki or anybody else, but the truth is that that's when all the kind of beefing back and forth, all that type of stuff really started. There wasn't a whole lot of that prior to them coming into the picture. For the most part, the content creators that made content about me were critical of me, and they were pretty much all kind of in kumbaya with one another for the most part. And then you had the folks that were, kind of fans, for lack of better terms, or followers of Monique, who then turned into some of her biggest detractors. So that's where you get the characters like Golden Signatures. That's where you get the character like D Dirty, right? They didn't really come on board until the whole Monique situation. So take it from the person that has observed the whole thing. Okay. That's the official story of how everything went.
Yeah, but and it's just crazy to me when people say, "Oh, she came over here because of us," and I'm looking like when you did the interview, your first interview, I already had over 100 comments on your channel. You know how you go, you click the name and you see how many comments? It say 100 plus comments. So I didn't follow anybody anywhere. So I knew
Absolutely.
you, but it wasn't a sector yet. So it's just a never ending story. And I just wanted one good video to kind of explain how all of this started. But I know, remember, I was just telling Troy a few minutes ago that hell, whatever it is, you're technically a little part of it now. You gave him a
Welcome,
shout out,
welcome,
Polo calling him and calling him out.
welcome to the ghetto, my brother. Welcome to the ghetto.
I'm trying to get out and he getting in.
welcome to our little neighborhood, our little corner of YouTube. All right. But yeah, that's pretty much what everything is. I actually am enjoying the insurgence of the new content creators into the sector, right? So, you're sitting on satellites, your Alley, your Troy. I enjoy the fresh folks, the fresh, takes, the fresh comedic styles, all of those different things. So, it's a good thing to have folks here. And yeah, I mean, Ab say market start the street sector. It's like, come on, like it wouldn't be going on without, obviously, the channel and everything else that comes from it. Like they tried to market it as though it was supposed to be about all street interview channels, but the truth is that it's really just mainly just about me and my channel. And
Right.
so that's pretty much what we have going on. I think that hopefully, hopefully we're seeing some of the darkness move out of the space, right? Or has been kind of neutralized, right? So a lot of the, folks that maybe bought a certain kind of, like I say, just darkness to the space have, at this point, maybe been either quelled or altogether just not really relevant a whole lot, right? And so I
I
think
must
that,
say, I must say, I'm pleased though that the drama died down 98% or 99% for now.
well, and it's not really sustainable. It's not like good content. It's lazy. It's lazy content. Anybody can, be in their feelings and strike up a live and, go off and all that stuff. That's lazy. That's not actually putting on a show or putting a show together. It's just, to me, not the way that anybody should go if they want to really, be successful, grow the channel, get more people. I have a platform that is has forever at least from a small to a decent amount of growth, depending on what month you're talking about. So there's always new people coming in. So to me, anybody that's attached to this channel should be looking to grow with the channel, right? If I'm getting more subscribers, everybody else should be getting more subscribers who's attached to it. But it has to come from, putting in a little bit of work and putting together, good content and really kind of evolving, you know what I'm saying, and all that type of stuff. So, um, you know, I think that, like I say, with some of the folks that have like decided to kind of chill out, right? So, Ken the other day said, hey, he's gonna chill out, try to just kind of refocus, rebrand a little bit. Sonny is, saying, hey, I'm gonna, just kind of do my thing and everything else. Um, which, I'm appreciative of that, what I'm saying, from both of them because, nobody wants all the back and forth. As far as, Kiki, she's doing her own thing, right? And then Octavius, whatever he's got going on, he's got going on. Um, so, for
Yeah,
me,
because
go
at the
ahead.
end of the day, everybody have so much potential. Seriously,
Yeah, I mean,
that
different,
can be
different,
successful.
different people definitely have different strengths and things like that. So,
Hmm.
the point is to take out all of the kind of back and forth energy of just going at content creators because then again it becomes toxic. It becomes toxic because then now you don't want to drop down in certain people's chat because they're beefing with this other person that you're cool with or whatever it is. And so that's just uncomfortable, right? It was funner when everybody was just shitting on me, right? So I
Right.
mean, unfortunately that's not sustainable either because it'll just become boring after a while. But still, like, going after just each other and just the back and forth and the forever this and that, that's just so played out. So, hopefully, like I say, with the insurgence of some of the new folks, some of the new energy, right? Um, because one of the other things that happens is that when there's new energy in the situation, sometimes it kind of shakes things up and challenges, what I'm saying, the situation and makes people, have to do their thing, what I'm saying, and really come to it. And so everybody benefits because the quality of the content should get better. So
Yeah. But what you got in that cup?
this is just simply limeade, but you know me, I add ginger to everything. So I definitely have a healthy amount of ginger in here and some 1800 reposado, of course. All right.
See,
So
this where we get all the tea when you want that drink.
I mean, I'm chilling. I'm chilling. All right. I'm chilling.
But
We
how
got some.
Maxie sleep?
Max is asleep. Max is asleep. He's chilling. He's good. Everybody's good, as far as it
I
goes.
I did give
Mhm.
you my reaction about that earlier about Max around all these crazies. I'm like, I know you got to do what you got to do. You got to work. You can't just sit at home, But
Well, I mean, my dad was a Caribbean dad. So, you know, we a little more rough and tumble with our especially with our sons, all right? We ain't raising no little soft boys over here. So we're gonna throw him in the jungle and make him come out with a fur. He gonna be all right. All right. All that stuff is just gonna toughen up his immune system, and toughen up his spiritual energy and his spiritual system because this kid is already coming from a bloodline that has that type of energy, and so he's well girded up. Putting him in and around situations that other people may feel like are a little sketchy or whatever is perfectly in par and in line with the way that I came up. And I love myself, so I'm gonna do it how my dad did it.
Carla telling you to stop bringing Max around those interviewees.
I'm gonna do it how my dad did it. All right.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
true. That's true. That is true. That
I,
is the liquid
I'm
gold.
using the example provided. Okay, and so the good thing I had my dad in my life the whole time, right, from the rooter to the tutor. So, um, you know,
Yeah, but
Max
he
is
had
gonna
that
be good.
liquid gold too. That's what's up. definitely promote that. Breast milk. Uh-huh.
Let me tell
Like
you something. Let me tell you something. I just went and bought the fancy double pump joint the other day, just so that she could have the double pump action and the one that's, got the really good reviews or whatever. So yeah, she's pumping that breast milk out and he is loving it cuz at one point you know, shit it started to, kind of Dwayne a little bit. And so we was trying to figure out, well, maybe we'll see if he can get some formula, or whatever. We tried to give him that formula, man. He was like, "Get this crap out of here!" Like, do y'all know who I am? And I'm like, you know what? This is my son. All right. So he's gonna be like daddy. He a little bit bougie when it comes to that type of stuff. And so, but yeah, she's got it flowing, pumping again. She's been drinking tons and tons and tons of water and just making sure that he is gonna be well fed. So everything's rocking and rolling. I don't like dead air. I come from a radio
oh, my
background.
bad, my bad.
It's
I was on
okay.
mute.
It's
Sorry.
okay.
And I was sitting here reading the comments too. I'm like, still in me. I'm sorry. Yeah, breastfeeding is the best way. Ab said, we hear you, Marcus. We just giving advice.
And
You know,
listen,
we
I,
don't want
I
nothing to
listen. I
happen to
appreciate the
Max.
advice. I appreciate the advice. I see some of my favorites in the chat. And I definitely appreciate the advice. 100%. Right. And
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of like the good thing is that, you know, T is gonna be more like how y'all are talking about. She's more like that, right? And I'm more like, like I am. And so I just think it's a good balance. But I definitely appreciate the advice.
So when is the what's the channel? Marcus Raw. I'll be
So,
waiting. I'm
you know,
subscribed.
right. And so I'm honestly just gonna wait until I know that we're ready. Okay. I know that we're ready because, you know, I have to be mindful that while I have been doing this for, going on my fifth year, um, you know, uh, she still, would be new to this. She would, of course, have me here to kind of guide her through it, but still, anybody that is attached to me in that type of way is 100% probably going to get a lot of vitriol, a lot of backlash, a lot of shit talking, a lot of judgment, a lot of criticism, all that type of stuff. And so, while Max is still like really young and everything else, and we're still kind of getting everything together and making sure that the foundation is just properly set and everything's great, so that when we do present on YouTube, it's something that she can handle. It's something that everybody can handle.
You see what
And so,
Copper say?
what Copper
Copper,
said.
Copper, we are not going down that road with you tonight, okay?
Oh yeah, yeah, we definitely been handling that part. Definitely been handling that part. So yeah, yeah, oh yeah. But
But yes, we got to protect Max at all costs. All right,
yeah,
so
that's my
that's why I
son's
said
son.
something.
That that's
Mm-hmm.
that's that's my son's son. We're gonna keep everything. Any exposure and stuff like that is gonna be within a certain level of control. And I know y'all may not, be able to understand and see everything or whatever, but Polo, yeah, I think that I don't know why it came off like so heavy handed. Like to me, his energy wasn't that different. You know what? Like it was. I get it. Maybe y'all just haven't seen him like a little more whatever. But I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know. Like it didn't come off that different to me. But maybe I would have to go back and really look at it. But yeah, I mean, I was happy to get the interviews, and we're actually linking up tomorrow. Well, normally I don't say stuff like that until it happens, right? Because I don't like to
Mm-hmm.
put bad juju on things. But the bottom line is, hopefully, we're linking up tomorrow, and it's gonna be another banger, right? So yeah, we got some good stuff. This definitely was a turned up week. I actually shelved a couple of interviews. I shelved the Quita interview that was a phone call interview and a short dog phone call interview. because I ended up linking up with Quita later on that night, and that's the one that y'all saw. The latest one y'all saw in the hotel room.
Well, I've
So
been notification gang. I've been tripping over everybody when those videos drop to get over there. I'm like, get out my
listen,
way.
trying to keep the people entertained. All right, I'm trying to keep the content coming. So that's why I say, we got some things coming, and then like you say, the little video with Munchie and everything else, which you know I understand. I sometimes I do wish that I'll give, for instance, like Copper a shout out, right? Um, I wish that more people was a little more uh just higher in their critical thinking skills and able to diagnose the situations a little bit better. Because this is her third interview, technically fourth video, third interview, fourth video, right? And so we've seen her, but it's like if I clip the video up a certain way, right? Meaning just even just the teaser up at the front, then people feel differently about, the person or whatever. Because it's the same person that was saying was a liar and this, that, and the third. And God bless her. She's a young lady that's out there going through, the struggle, but she also is her own worst enemy, as some people correctly pointed out. Okay. And so, people that sent me money, like somebody sent me $100 to go give her, and I'm gonna go give it to her. But I don't know. It's just like, you know, it's hard to like kind of, it's hard to hold some of the folks accountable. Um, when there's like this crowd of people that would look at you like, what I'm saying, like you're crazy or something. You know what I'm saying? And this is like kind of an example. Sometimes I do things like this just to kind of see like, how the crowd reaction to be, right? Because the truth is that um, she said that they like turned her phone off and stuff like that. They didn't turn the phone off. I don't know, maybe they gave her a phone in somebody else's name and it just ended up being turned off. I don't know. But it was stuff like that. And then just, the whole deal what she was saying about the mom and everything. And then about the tax thing. So y'all didn't really know about the back end stuff, and that's why I mentioned it on the video because it's like um, I took the young lady around, did all that stuff. The situation didn't work out, but I ended up leaving her there at the pad because they said it was going to help her. So they ended up like getting her a hotel room for that night and gave her a phone and I guess put her on the list for housing, right?
Right.
But if you'll notice, she kind of has like this attitude and it's very off-putting. And it's the type to where like if you if you're like actually genuinely trying to help her, she probably will like turn you away for one reason or another, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so just stuff like that is just I don't know, it's interesting to see. It's interesting to see. I'm kind of like a amateur sociologist sometimes, where I just get to see like how people react to things. But I'm definitely going to see what we can do to help her, and get whatever resources because a few people emailed me and everything else. But I just wanted to make that little comment as well.
You said that's what you were saying earlier about the taxes. Her attitude is entitled. I found it hard to believe that she can't stay where the daughter is staying at the friend, even in a corner to sit sleeping up. That's
Well, I
hard
mean,
to believe.
listen, I even like I can take that, right? I can take that. But what listen, I know Atlanta. Okay, I know this city. Like young, cute girls. And she mentioned how she used to be in and out of different dudes' houses and stuff like that. And I mean, let's just keep it a buck, right? You're young, you're cute enough, you're petite, young lady. Like, come on, like, there's tons of guys that will, you know what I'm saying, like I saw a guy that came in the comment section and he said, "Hey, I reached out to her on IG and I told her like I have an extra card for her. I got a place which, that she could lay her head, no weird stuff, no sex type stuff involved." And she was giving him the runaround as though he were the one that was needing the help. And that's kind of how she is that's kind of how she was with me. She like, say, oh, I really need this taxes and all this stuff. And then, so I made some phone calls, did some things, this and that, right? And then the people got back with me, and I was like, okay, bet, right? Made sure everything was good. And I hit up, I was like, hey, I got the tax situation for you, da 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 da. Thinking, man, this is one of the things on her list. Let me help her out real quick. Boom, boom, boom. And she hit me back with like, oh, I'm, I don't know your people and stuff like that. So it is like, well, why'd you ask? So
Yeah.
when people have that type of energy, it's easy to understand why their options have dwindled.
But if you was in a DV situation though, it's hard to be trusting, especially when it come to men. You know, she
Well,
like in a vulnerable space.
well, I can understand that. I can understand that, and I'm not a female, obviously, so I can only imagine, right? I can't probably put myself in those shoes. So, I just have to take your word for it. But um, again, that that doesn't quite jive with the fact that she said that she was already going from dude to dude. So, in other words, how many dudes does it take? Like if you're going and kind of getting kicked out of every dude's place, it's probably not the dudes. It's probably you. And we see the attitude that she has. So clearly it's probably some type of an attitude problem. And where she maybe has a problem getting along with people in some form, fashion, or another. And she, kind of comes off like that. Even for someone who's just kind of like, doing the interviews and, not really required to do all this and that and the third, but still, went on my way to do it. And there's still like kind of this attitude a little bit or whatever. Even when she's the one that calls me out to do the interviews. It's not like I'm reaching out to her like, hey, let's do an interview. She's the one reaching out to me. So, it's just odd. It's odd behavior. And I can see
Yeah,
why it doesn't give a lot of options.
yeah. And I did hear her say that she had to build up a trust to even show you her tent. So a baby step, she getting there. That she had to trust you enough to show you the tent.
I can dig it. I can dig it. It's a shame. I mean, 24-year-old clearly needs to sit down and talk with someone, unroot some of that trauma that she has, that she's clearly operating out of. Um, and just get a little bit of help and be in a space to where she can accept the help. Nobody wants to see a 24-year-old young lady out there sleeping in a tent, right? And
Right.
that doesn't, I mean, she can clearly easily be in someone's house or be in her own house. But again, the problem is, will she get in her own way? Will she get in the house and then now she knows it all and she can let this dude in or whoever because she knows it all and then she'll be back in the same situation. I've seen it time and time again. Young people, they're know-it-alls. And a hard head make a soft ass.
I know Ab said if she was a victim of DV, why is she playing EID men? What you mean? The way she claimed. Why is she playing EID men? Oh, with men? Why is she playing with men the way she claimed? Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, because she did say that too, right? She did say that you know, essentially she was tired of, just kind of playing the role to kind of get the things that she wants or whatever.
It
And I
was
get that.
crazy when it was crazy when she said she went back in the situation just to get the Duke case up. I'm like, you're bold. Normally when people get away, they don't want to go back. But hey, you heard that right when she said that.
hmm Yeah, I mean, and I don't know what to make of that. That's why I didn't dive too deep. I didn't, I didn't, I just didn't even want to go down that rabbit hole because um life is a mixed bag. People tell you what they want to tell you. To me, yeah, okay, I get it. You went back to get them what set up or whatever. I don't know, but maybe a little bit of it is you went back because you wanted to go back, or you felt like you can try to make it work or this or that or who knows, you know. I'm not saying that that's what it is, but I always leave the possibility of that type of stuff open.
Oh, I'm so glad that you checked Tia, because Tia looks sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Okay, the trans Tia. I'm so glad you got it out, like confronted her, right? Yeah, her.
Yeah, I mean that's why I was looking forward to doing the follow up interview, and it took us like what, almost a couple weeks to do it. But I knew that I was going to bring that up when I did do the interview because it's like, okay, I see how things can happen to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, again, mature guy, confident, everything else. So no worries. Okay. And we can discuss it because I'm going to use it to make money. but, but, if I was one of these other crazy guys, you putting yourself in danger
Yeah, yeah.
by chasing the thrill or whatever. And then, but then the crazy part is when when they said, hey, well, most of them go for it. Just like, all right, well, because I can't too
They
much,
call.
because I can't argue with that a whole bunch. So yeah, so,
Nah, but I
but
was happy because like you got in your situation, you got to check stuff because then it get flipped around all kind of different ways. You know what I mean? So I was like,
well,
yes, check it now.
yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, you know me. If I can benefit from it, right? Like for me, I typically don't check things if there's no like win in it or whatever, right? I'll leave it out for whatever. Like how the situation where everybody thought that Polo had been corrupted by Quita, right?
I'm guilty. That's what I
Eighty
get for
percent,
assuming.
80% of the comments thought that. So did you think that Polo had spent the night that night at the hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
see, so so I
And
tricked
then
all
I was
y'all.
like, yeah, that's what's up. That he won't talk and tell what happened. So I was like, giving him props. No kiss and tell.
Yeah, he definitely his answers helped to play into it. But yeah, yeah, definitely trick y'all, right? What actually happened was as the camera panned down, the video ended, of course. But so obviously they were already in the room. And so I went in there. We was in there for probably about 3 or 4 minutes. They finished, the little weed they were smoking. And the whole time I was already starting to pick out the thumbnail. So I'm sitting there
Hmm.
in the corner, picking out the thumbnail. They're doing their thing, or whatever. And then we get up and go, me and Polo. So he definitely didn't stay the night because I, brought him home just a few minutes after the actual video ended. So everybody that assumed that, and then he didn't get her phone number until after the interview where y'all was saying he had all that bad energy. So everybody was completely wrong. Now the part where Quita said about him talking about the $100 was something that happened again after I gave him the phone number, right? So that was in between me giving him the phone number and then the next day, or that was the evening when I ended up doing an interview with Quita. So in between that time is when I guess he offered her the $100 and said, I want to come over and this and that and the third. But prior to that, they had no contact whatsoever. So everybody was wrong.
I was talking about you be directing. You got scripts and everything.
Well, no, it's not though. It's not at all, right? So it's not directing, it's not scripts. But obviously, I'm gonna play into what y'all, kind of know about and think and this and that and the third. And it's not me really playing into it more so than just panning the camera down. Y'all make the story that y'all want to make, right? And I guess with Polo's energy being what you guys consider different, it fueled the speculation. And so,
Yeah.
but yeah, so yeah, that was completely like I say, they didn't speak until that after that interview. So
I'm definitely guilty. I was one of them. Don't be
Yep.
speculating.
Yep. So
Mm-hmm.
Quita didn't put no voodoo on Polo. He just, you know, he was just a little tipsy that day. And then just the honest truth is that, if we want to be honest, right? I got my little drink. Polo maybe has like some insecurities about when people say, talk about him being, 44 and kind of not all the way having his shit together, right? Like I said on the interview when he had first got back, bum behavior. And some people didn't like that I said that, and he didn't necessarily like that I said it, but how else do you want me to describe it? Right. And so I think that for whatever reason, those comments and those ideologies are kind of getting to him. Whereas before, I don't know, it just seemed to like not get to him and roll off his chest. So like maybe he would just pay attention to most of the positive comments, and most of the comments were positive, right? Whereas now maybe he's realizing that there's negative comments that's basically calling him a bum and stuff like that. And so I don't know if y'all noticed, but even like on the date or whatever with him and Quita, there was one point where she was kind of like saying, "Oh yeah, Marcus does this and that and the third," and he was saying, "I do that too. I could do that too," and so stuff like that, right? So I mean, it's that type of energy, right? I recognize it, of course. It's not anything that I'm alarmed by or anything like that. Um, Unfortunately, sometimes I'm around that type of energy just because of the spaces that I have to work and operate in, right? So I'm used to being around that kind of energy where it's kind of like, they kind of maybe feel away, because I seem to be doing my thing and whatever, you know what I'm saying? And so, um,
You got a
you know,
question.
why did I keep, you know what? So it was in the frame totally before I started the video. And I had to get her to move it. I thought she moved it behind the TV. So you got to imagine, like, I'm trying to conduct a conversation, um, you know, you know, be the filmographer and make sure that, everything is in frame and stuff like that, right? Kind of keep my wits about me, right? I'm in sketchy environments and things like that. So there's always a lot going on when I'm doing an interview like that. And so I thought that it was out the way. Apparently it wasn't. It didn't demonetize the video or anything like that. So I think we're good.
I hope you're good. Um, Rouse said, has Polo ever told you that he struggled with his sexuality due to what happened to him?
He's never told me that. No, he's never told me that.
He don't seem like it. He loved the women, but you never
Well,
know.
I was about
Oh,
to
you know
say,
what?
I mean, listen, they talk about, some of the guys that love the women and everything else, and that use that to kind of cover up how they really feel sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So, um,
Speaking of that, let me ask you this before I forget. Somebody, I think that was Juice, revealed the other night was like when we were saying, "Oh, Polo seemed like a nice teddy bear, whatever." Before the energy change, right?
mhm.
Well, Juice pointed out that one of the exes, I don't remember which one, Star or whoever, said he punched him in the eye or something. I don't remember that.
So I think you're talking about Gabby's first interview.
I don't remember that at all.
Hmm. Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
think
because I,
it
I told her,
is.
I said, I'm not disputing it, but I don't remember that.
Yeah. Who said that, Copper?
No, I think that was
No,
Juice
Juice.
revealed. I'm
Shout
sorry,
out, shout
Juice, if
out,
it wasn't you.
shout out to Juice. Let me see. So let me see. I think she was 21. My older boyfriend. I think that was something about it in the title and then put Atlanta Street interviews.
Oh, so Carlin said he do give zesty vibes. He said Polo don't give me those vibes though. I asked Polo to go on a date with Cash and see. Y'all messy.
Sounds
Woo.
crazy. I ain't gonna do my boy like that, but people say what they say. People say what they say.
She said
Okay, so
Gabby
yeah,
not star. Yeah, I
you talking
couldn't
about the
remember.
update. So you talking about it was a Gabby update. So let me see. So no, that was one where okay, so no, there was an update, but let me see, let me find her first interview. Because the update was when the police officers had like slammed her. But let me see if I can find this real quick for y'all. Because now that you say that, I don't know, but I do remember like she had like a black eye or something, and it was something about with her boyfriend or something like that. And that was her boyfriend. You know what I'm saying?
And it's so
Um,
crazy because it's a video recommended to me yesterday. I don't know if that's the one you're looking for, but it was where she had red in her eye, like her cornea was red, the white part, but it wasn't a
hmm,
black eye. But I didn't finish it yet, so I don't know if that's the same video. But Juice, I was like, Juice, I don't remember that.
let me go to my popular videos. I think it's on the popular video playlist. Let me see. Let me see, because I think it did decent numbers. Let me see if I
But
can
if
find it. Yeah, because that's interesting. You know what? That's interesting that you say that. I didn't even think about that. Um, but yeah, Gabby, I think her first interview, she was like crying and all this type of stuff or whatever. Let me see.
oh, the one I'm talking about, she was a crying. That's the one where she was basically happy that she got Polo from Star. So that might be another one.
Okay, yeah, because the one I'm looking at, I don't know if that was it either. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to find it. See, that's the problem, man. I got so many thing on videos. I gotta
Hmm.
organize my channel. I gotta organize it. I swear to God, I keep saying that. One of these days, I am going to sit down and put everything into a neat playlist. I promise. Okay,
Yeah.
y'all gonna have to hold my feet to the fire.
What,
Um,
probably all the Polo in one playlist,
Man, I got so
all the
many
Queen.
playlists. I got so many playlists. I like I got so many. I got so many, obviously the Josiah's playlist, the Chris playlist, the Ileana and Tone playlist, the Lewis and Lolly playlist, the Ruby and Jemiah playlist, the Monquel and Ruby playlist.
Look
Um,
who's here.
who was that?
Look who's here. And I was just gonna ask you if you're gonna do an interview with him. Look,
Man, what's
Monquel.
going on,
Look at that.
y'all?
And I just mentioned his name. See?
Hey,
Look at how that
man.
works.
Hey
Look at
What's
how
man.
that
going on?
works. Yeah,
Hey
see?
man.
So, yeah, actually, Marquell was trying to get up with me a couple months ago when he, I think, had first touchdown. But we just, wasn't able to connect or whatever. And it's so crazy because at the same time that he was trying to get up with me, probably about like a couple weeks later, Ruby called me. And I hadn't talked to Ruby in like probably like a year and a half or something like that. And so, she was supposed to be coming to Atlanta at one point, but she didn't make it up here. So that would have been interesting to get both of them like within like, a certain time frame. That's odd that they kind of contacted me around the same time for sure.
Oh really, MGO? Oh wow, the twins turning two this weekend. That's
See?
good. Vaughn's
Wow.
twins. And
Yep. Yep.
Monquel
Yep.
about to be a daddy. Did you hear that, Marcus?
Oh yeah? Oh boy, you been putting in work, huh?
Yeah, yeah, my baby
I
doing
guess
that
that I
much.
guess that wasn't on Dorinda.
Man, stay out of line.
Like, man, y'all forget some of this good content I got now. All right, like, do y'all forget some of this good content? Put
Yeah,
a one in the chat if you remember that whole Dorinda storyline.
I do. I definitely do.
All right, like, yeah, man. So, but yeah. That's Yeah, it's a lot of organizing I need to do because there's so many, and I didn't even get to the Quita playlist and to this. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many playlists. Even Vaughn has a playlist on my channel, right? So there's tons and tons of playlists.
Yeah, but I know Monquel said he's having a baby next month.
Hey man,
His son.
congratulations, man.
We
Is
say,
this your first child?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, man. Congrats, man. Congrats. You say it's a son?
Yeah, it's a little boy.
Hey man, congratulations, man. Congratulations.
Is,
Appreciate
Definitely.
ba-
it.
is baby mama still mad because you done missed 5 months of the pregnancy?
Yeah.
Well, at least you're here now.
Yeah, hey, I'm free now. You feel me?
You know what I'm saying?
I already start buying diapers and shit for him.
Okay, man. That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do, man. You know, get the newborns, get the ones, start putting up so you can get a good stroller, a car seat, all that stuff, man. You're gonna need all that, you
Yeah.
know. Bottle warmer. Bottles, does she plan on doing breast milk or formula?
I don't know. She ain't talking to me right now, Morgan. You know, I'm trying to get back on her good side. She mad because I've been locked up 5 months of the pregnancy, so she ain't been talking to me like that. So,
Well, I
uh-huh.
mean, what she wants you to do about that? Like, she about
I
to have your
don't
baby,
know.
right?
I don't know. She just somebody she upset with me right now. You feel me? So,
I get it, but you
yeah.
gotta kind of get the message to her, however you get it to her, to let her know that, you know, it's not about her feelings towards you. It's about her love for her unborn son. And if
Right,
she claims to love the son, then obviously you're gonna want the dad to be a part of his life because every kid wants, their mom and their dad in their life. And so it should
right,
be less about her feelings towards you and more about her feelings towards her son. And so
right.
if you can get that to get through to her, you know what I'm saying, then hopefully she can kind of realize what's going on and kind of change her mind and all that stuff. Has she had
Mhm.
like the baby shower and the gender reveal and all that stuff?
Nah, see, I was locked up. I don't like, I don't know, bro. She ain't telling
Is
me
she in
shit.
a different state and stuff? Like,
Not here, now she in Georgia. She only thing she telling me when the baby doing all the other shit, she ain't really telling me nothing. Like I don't know. It just, I guess but when I got
is this
locked
her
up,
first child?
nah, hell nah.
How many kids
Mm-mm.
does she have?
She got 4 already.
Ooh.
Oh Lord.
Ooh.
She can take care of her whole life by herself. So she looking at it like I got locked up. That I ain't gonna be there like 'cause I wasn't there to 5 months. So you feel me like. But I was trying to tell her ain't
How
one shit I
many
can
baby
do.
daddies does she have with the 4 kids that she has?
She just got 2 baby daddy.
And are they like involved in the kids' lives?
Yeah, no.
Right. So then, see, that's always a red flag, man. Like, T has a son, you know what I'm saying? The mother of my newborn has a son, but the dad is involved in the son's life,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so, situations like that, man, like, I'm just gonna go ahead and try to throw out some good energy for you because the truth is that if she did it to the first 2 guys, then that's her pattern. And she likely will have no problem doing it to you. And of course, all it does is perpetuate the same old patterns in our community where you got all these kids that have, the trauma of not having their dad in their life. And a lot of times they don't understand that, the mom had a heavy hand in making that decision.
Right.
So man, hopefully you can, kind of talk to her. Like, you shouldn't have to be in good graces with her to be able
Mm-hmm.
to be a dad to your child.
I ain't gonna count though, Market. I'm gonna let her put me on child support, bro. Cause I'm gonna get my child legitimized, bro. I'm gonna let.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Get the child legitimized. Obviously, first and foremost, get a paternity test done, man.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna swallow the baby mouth on the day of delivery. I'm gonna do all that when the baby. Yeah.
Listen, listen,
Yeah.
listen, Marquel.
Yeah.
That's the exact same thing I did, brother. Okay,
Yeah. I
like,
already
all
know what's
right,
going on.
like because here's the thing, you just never know,
Right.
and you just always, it's just best to verify as soon as possible,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so,
Mm-hmm.
so you kind of get that part out the way, and then you like you say, you do what you got to do. If she's gonna play those legal games, man, unfortunately, then that is the best route is to get legitimized, take whatever hit you're gonna take as far as child support, and then get to being a dad. You know what I'm saying? To
Mm-hmm.
where if she don't comply with the child support, with the court orders, then she may end up being the one losing custody. That type of deal.
Yeah, yeah,
Right. So we have a story like that on my channel. That's another playlist that I have, right? Is the whole
right.
story with the young lady that came on here talking about her baby daddy was abusive. Turn out the baby daddy, like she was basically keeping the son away from the baby daddy using this abuse story. But the truth is she was just not following the orders that the judge had gave her, which
Right.
was
I
he was supposed to
remember that.
see. Yeah, he was supposed to see the kid however often. Well, she just completely disappeared and was running away with the kid, and he could
Mm,
never find the kid. And so finally, it caught up with her, and she lost custody, and he's
right.
got full custody now. So, just know that stuff like that happens too. So you don't ever have to take no shit from none of these people or these women when it comes to custody of children. We don't play that
Right.
nonsense around here, man. Like,
Right.
you're a father. Make sure that you do everything you can to raise your son.
Right.
Can we
Right.
just give a yes or no to this comment so I can take it down? We can move on. Is Quita first initial interview private or is
I don't
still up?
believe so. Me saying I don't think so.
Yeah, they're
I
saying they
don't.
can't find it.
Quita's initial interview. I'm almost sure it's still up. Let's see.
Okay. I
I'm gonna
know
run
we
through my
have
videos.
feedback, guys, but it's coming from Quell, but I think it's because he's outside. So it's probably wind or something.
Oh yeah, my bad, y'all. I'm finna ready to go on the job in a little bit. Yeah, my
Oh.
bad.
No, it's
So,
okay. I was just telling them that I do hear it, but we can't do nothing about it. But yeah.
well, like I say, man, congratulations, man. Definitely congrats. And just kind of like you say, man, start getting things together. That's another thing. Like you
Cool.
start getting your stuff together. That actions always speak louder than words, right? So if she feels a way about you being gone, hey, you're fine, perfectly understandable. Just put your head down. Keep working like how you doing. Stack your money up and start buying the things that you need so that those actions, right? Hopefully she'll see those actions. Will say, okay, well, he's showing me that he's serious. So let me give him a little bit of leeway, right?
Right. Right.
And fathers tend to think that, oh, the mother have more rights. No, you have just as much rights as the mother do.
Now
For
look,
real.
somebody was telling me, somebody was telling me that the mama got all type of rights. It ain't no way that I can get over with anything with that baby. Like no matter what, the judge gonna take her side. That was somebody told me.
That's not true. And you working too?
Yeah.
That's not true.
That
Right,
was somebody
Marcus?
said.
The mom have rights, but you got your rights too.
Absolutely. And even if, I'll be honest with you, they do give raw deals to dads, right? So, even if things are whatever, if you don't have a good attorney, you're likely to get, every other weekend as your custody, the amount of custody that you get, every other weekend. And that those type of scenarios honestly suck, right? But
Yeah.
if you have good
Let me
counsel
get out here a bill
and good
form.
representation, you can definitely
Let me get
get
out here a bill form.
half and half, basically 50% custody
Yeah,
in most states, most jurisdictions. So it's not like how it used to be where it was like kind of like a lot, very much so heavily leaned to the ladies. There's tons of guys that I know that have either 50-50 custody or a lot of guys have full custody, right? So it
right.
definitely isn't quite the same situation. And by the way, as far as the interview goes, is right here.
I
Here's
can never
the
figure
first
out how
two,
to make your screen, like how you showing something. I can never figure out how to make it bigger. Oh, there it is. Never mind.
right? So that's the
Oh,
first one and the second one.
oh, okay. So it's still
Mhm.
available. Who was asking for it?
And
That
they're
was
both public.
Carla. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're both public. So, you go back to in between 3 and 4 months ago. So it says 3 months ago on my thing, right? So that was just 3 months ago with the whole Quita situation. Look at that, right?
Hold on, I'm trying to figure out how to do this thing. Oh, there it is. Ah, but yeah, Manquil, let me tell you, I know you say you're at work and you gotta go, but the chat telling you definitely keep your receipts for everything. Even if you cash out her some money, that's still because otherwise it's considered a gift. You know what I mean?
Right.
So keep your receipts for everything. And then Golden said both parents have equal rights until a court decides. So you have just as much rights as she has.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, cause I
Well,
ain't
shout
tripping about
out to
her.
you. You say you got a job. That's what's up.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I work at Checker, but yeah, I ain't tripping about her putting me on child support. I ain't tripping about that. I'm gonna let her do it. I ain't gonna be no deadbeat.
I'm gonna tell you, man. Let her put you on child support with the checkers job. Make sure you get you a little side hustle too, my bro.
Hey, I got one. I'm going to Cali on that month.
Okay,
On the go with.
so cool. Something that's off books or whatever.
Right.
Yep, that'll definitely
Shout
be a
out to
good.
Copper.
Hmm.
Copper dropped the links to the video. Thank you so much, Copper. Quita first video. um, you say open a bank account, Quell, in the child's name, deposit money every month, savings account. And a lot of the banks actually give you money. I don't remember what the right name is now, but you keep a certain amount, they give you extra money on it. I know that.
Okay, tell them appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
All good advice. All good advice,
But I
man.
know Quell said he wanted to do an interview with you because he got a story. He went into jail, got out of jail, and what the threats were for, and the arrest, and he got a whole story. He wanted to do an interview.
Yeah, he got my number. He got my number, man. We just kept missing each other,
Yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
so we definitely, he be on the east side, right? I be on the east side. I don't know where he at right now, but he got my number, man. Hit me up. We make it happen.
All right, say that, y'all. But I'm finna get ready to go in here, right? I'll get back on here when y'all go back live.
Okay. Take
All right,
care.
love y'all. All right.
All right. You will have more control over child support if you do it first. Yeah, I know a lot of guys went and put their own self on child support just to, all that drama. I don't know. Some people do it though, especially when you have a chaotic baby mom or whatever.
I
Too
pray
much
that
drama.
never. I pray that
Mm-hmm.
never finds me.
Right?
I pray that never finds me. So. All right. Well, listen, I ain't gonna take up y'all's night. I definitely appreciate it. Just a chance to come up, straighten up some of that stuff, right?
Now let's
Um,
see
th-
who's gonna go live and cuss you out now because you called your name. You know how I go. Oh, Marcus said my name.
well, I don't think anybody should like feel any type of way because I didn't say anything negative about anybody, right? So, hopefully nobody, feels any type of way, right? Um,
Yeah.
I actually, I have a video that I'm gonna post on the B side, and it is a screen record from a live that Sonny did, right? And the point of the video is to hopefully just get people to kind of like understand that, like, despite kind of what people may feel in heated moments, right? It's always best to like operate in grace when it comes to certain situations because the story that she tells is basically about her experience going to the movies with her two little girls.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's actually quite a touching story. And I'm gonna post it, like I say, just to kind of remind people, like, just operate in humility, operate with a little bit of grace. Um, let's all try to be grateful for the things that we do have, right? I think that when you're grateful for the small things, it really causes you to it makes it hard for you to like have a bad day, right? Because no matter what irritations or frustrations or things that other people may have, gotten flipped out about or whatever, you're still just happy to just have two arms, two legs, and a working brain, and what I'm saying, roof over your head, and your kids are healthy and that type of stuff, right? So um, I would just hope to remind everybody to just try to operate in that type of energy. Sometimes people wonder, like, well, oh, you got so much patience and this and that and the third. Well, I'm I consider myself uber blessed. And I don't consider myself uber blessed because like I make all this money or anything like that. That's not the case. Okay. I consider myself uber blessed because I get to wake up and breathe. Okay,
Yeah.
because I can walk, I can put my feet on the ground, I can, put my arms up and do this, and reach them behind my back, and what I'm saying, scratch my head and stuff like that. And so, hopefully, even when I post that, she doesn't take it any type of way as me like being funny or nothing. It's actually something that I think will garner her a little bit more, empathy, and just kind of remind people that hey, this is a crippled lady, right? So despite kind of how heated situations may get and all like that, you know let's remember that she's going through something that we can't fathom. And what I'm saying, stories and experiences like the way that she told it, with the emotions that she told it, to me are just a great highlight of that. So
You got a question. Are you going to court with Quita on the 4th?
I'm not going to court with Quita, but am I going to be there? Yeah, I'm going to be there, of course. That's the content, right? It's so funny how people are like, you need to stop dealing with Quita. Well, I'll stop dealing with Quita when y'all stop watching. Okay. Like what are you talking about? Like people love to want to like tell you how to run a channel and make you broke. Like, you ain't paying my bills. Okay. And at the end of the day, like if you don't want to see a vote with your eyes, but it doesn't matter what your individual vote is. This is a macro game. This is YouTube, and the crowd wins. And so, if Quita does whatever numbers, and if certain storylines revolve around Quita, and you go look at the comment section, right? Look at this comment section. Look at this
Yeah,
comment section. Okay, let me see this
I
lady's
see it.
video.
They be going crazy in the comments.
Okay, 1.3K, 1.3K on just 27K views. Okay, you can go look at other channels and stuff like that. You'll have 100,000 views to get 1.3K.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay, and so 1.3K on just 27K views means that the people love it. You can say what
Yeah.
you want, you can write whatever negative comment you want or whatever, but you love that shit to the point where you comment on it, and you coming in and you popping your shit, and you get that dopamine hit from doing it. So, like
Her and
everybody
that
talks
damn
shit.
walk. Her and that walk, Marcus.
Hey, it's the stanky stank. And that's what the people like. People can talk all the shit they want, but numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. And at the end of the day, um, if she does, God forbid, if she does end up back in jail, y'all are gonna be bored. Like,
I was
you know what
I
I'm
was
saying?
one of
Like,
them. I'm so tired of this damn girl. Oh, I'm so tired of her energy.
well, but then y'all are gonna be bored. Y'all be like, I miss Quita after like a month. After a month, I miss Quita. What are Quita videos? Yeah, that's exactly how they did with Josias. Okay, when the second summer, when it was like Josias every other day, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. I'm tired of Josiah. I'm tired of Josias. Soon as Josiah's not on the channel, where's Josiah? Where's Josiah? What's up with Josiah? Like, okay, y'all, I see how y'all are. So you really can't take it too seriously. I know everybody um likes to, like I say, talk their shit or whatever, but don't confuse talking your shit with actually not wanting to see the content.
Mm.
It's two
I
different
just
things.
watch her silently.
It's two
And
different
if,
things. So, but
but oh,
yeah,
you were
so
so shady with that love so true. You're like, hold on, wait a minute, let me go find her. But yeah, she was aggressive with that wrench, to be honest. A little
well,
too aggressive.
her and the Antoine guy, he's weird. Um, you know, uh, it's so funny. Like I say, people will meet someone on my platform, right? I helped that person start a YouTube channel. And then people will go over to that YouTube channel and be like, you need to leave Marcus alone, right? And stuff like that, which is just laughable, right? But yeah, she started to get a little bit beside herself. And just PSA for anybody that may be watching in the bushes or whatever. Um, I'm not announcing when I block people. Okay, so I'm the quiet assassin. I just hide you from the channel, and that's that. So, I used to take all comments, right? Because
Hmm.
I didn't want to seem like I was the type that was ducking smoke or, couldn't handle the criticism and things like that. But what I've come to realize is that, again, um, that may not have been the best strategy just because of the amount of new people that are consistently coming to the platform. And when they go back into, so when I think about it, I think about, okay, so when they go back to watch some of these older videos and they go into the comment section, they see these people talking crazy to me, right? That may be somewhat of a turnoff. Now, it may intrigue you. It may intrigue you and be like, let me see what's going on. These people talking shit about them. And then it may make you a fan or a detractor or whatever, right? So it could work both ways. But I think I've decided that, you know what? I just rather not deal with some types of comments. So it's not that I'm deleting people for like just, being critical of the interview or this, that, third. But if people say things like, oh, he's evil, or, he's just a disgusting person and he's making all this money off people, right? That type of stuff. I'm
I know
just
if I
hot.
see, I know if I see them talking about Max, they out of there. If I see them in the comment and they say anything about Max, it do go to spam though. When we block them, it go to spam, and you could approve it or whatever, right? Yeah, right.
I don't even know.
I
You,
think
I
so.
so
Like when we block them, I haven't did
okay.
it yet, but I just want to get your approval. If I see a comment, I think when we hide them from the channel, it go to the trash folder, and then you get to see it, to finalize it.
Okay. Yeah, see, that goes to show you how, proficient we are at, like, blocking and stuff like that, right? It's not something
Hmm.
that typically went on the platform, but in 2026, I've just decided, again, things like what you just said, as far as just even mentioning my son in any type of negative way, right? Now, I let the comment stand that was like, hey, he shouldn't have had, Max in there with the people and stuff like that. Okay, fine. Like I say, I'm fair. Like, it's not like I am like don't want to be criticized or don't think that I can gain from honest critique. I really can. I understand that. I'm humble in that way. But
And no,
go
and
ahead.
no, for the ones in the back, they'll say, "Oh, she said she's gonna remove everybody that say something about the baby." No, if it's a comment that say, "Oh, he's so cute," or "Why you got him out there?" Not that. I'm talking about just people straight dragging the baby in the comment. No,
Right.
that's a
Right.
no.
Exactly. You see Tiffany Howard down there too. So, yep, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all y'all for taking care of those type of comments for me. And just, like I say, anything that I see that's just like, oh, he's evil or this is disgusting and or just like, stuff to where it's like not just a critique of the platform, but it's like you're just trashing it. You're just here to like, cause trouble, right? And then I wonder if because that guy Brown, he has this method, this his mo, his modus operandi of typing in all caps, right? I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
that's something that he still does, but I always have to block like this new. They always change their name around a little bit, but you could tell it's the same person because they always write in all caps. They always write like 3, 4, 5 comments, right? Um, if that's you, Brown Eye, If that's you, I don't know if it's you. Okay, and I know you'll probably make a video for me mentioning your name, so you're welcome. Okay,
Yeah,
but
yeah, but go
I
ahead.
hope that's not you. If that's you, that's you're really sick, man. You really need mental help. If that's you, okay. If it's not you, the shoe don't fit, don't wear it. My bad. Okay,
We about to do 50 live streams.
but if that is you, because this person, they have a name like Conseco or something like that. And they type in all caps and they say very disgusting and disparaging things. And there's only but so many people that do that, and I don't believe that it's, Ken or anything like that, because I believe him. I take him at his word when he says he's not gonna say it anymore. Hey, I'll take you at your word and we'll just see, right? So I don't think, and he doesn't have that whole typing in all caps MO the same way that Brown Eye does. So I really just hope that that's not the case. Like, it's one thing to be like totally weird, like kind of how he is, but to be disparaging against kids.
Right. Yeah, I know Copper was saying, oh, you hit me up at 2 a.m. to see if I could block somebody because you was pissed. Yeah, but I wasn't a mod on the B side. That's what it was. They were talking about Max. I remember. I'm like, well, girl, I'm helpless. I can't do nothing.
Right.
hmm
See, so I need to mod some folks up on the B side, but yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on 2026. So the year starting off like this January has definitely been. Um, I'll say it like this: the content has came to me. I have not had to chase content. Like I've been just kind of real chill. There's been a lot going on, obviously, this January. And despite everything that's going on, I'm to me having a really good month as far as just, I like the content that I'm putting out. I feel great about it. The numbers are good. And so if the rest of the year kind of flows like how this is flowing, then y'all just buckle up because I'm ready to go balls to the wall this year. Like I feel like I got my new energy back. Obviously, I have a whole new mouth to feed, right?
hmm
And I'm getting into that space where, I've passed my fourth year, and so it's time to really kind of press on some things and see really what's going on, right? Who I really am. Like let's I've been getting a lot of affirmations from just strangers and different folks that have been telling me just kind of how high things are gonna go, and even if it's not through this platform, just with me in general, right? And so y'all just buckle up. 2026, we're
Did
gonna
did you
see.
ever get Facebook resolved or no? Did they get it
No,
back?
nope. They snatched it. They won't give it back. They will not change their decision on any of the appeals. I have considered consulting with an attorney because in suing, Meta, right? Because again, I spent nearly $100,000 to get that page going, and the reasoning that they gave for why they refused to give the page back is just nonsensical to me. It's not cool. I don't get it. So, yep.
Wait, how you got his number? It's a crazy thing is I end up getting Marcus' phone number, but I never hit his line except to warn him that his number was exposed. Oh,
Absolutely, absolutely. So, but yeah, so that's yeah, that's it. Like I say, y'all just buckle up. I anticipate 2026 being big. New energy, right? We're gonna have a new card at a certain point. Um, we're wrapping up that process. And we got a new a new kid, right? We got new stuff going on, man. So um
you just I can't picture you without the Jeep. I'm just so used to you with a Jeep. It got to be a Jeep. I
well
can't.
let me tell you something, man. I love these type of times. Like this is this is the best times. Trust me. And this is me telling you as someone who, and I don't know if you've heard me say this before, understands or has some type of access to faded memories that to where I don't like I can't like tell you the memory, but I can tell you kind of like what the lesson is or what I learned from whatever previous lifetimes occurred, right? And I can tell you for sure that these are the best times when you get to kind of start over a little bit, especially when you're at this point of life where starting over isn't really starting over. It's just kind of you get to have a new beginning with something. It creates new energy, new thoughts, new ideas. These are the best times, right? And so yeah, this is like I'm in a great space. I'm lucky to have my brother has an extra car. It's just a little Ford, right? So it's just a little sedan. But I'm so blessed to have it, right? I feel like I'm riding around in a Mercedes Benz, you know. That's how I see these type of things. And so even before I got the car from him, I had loaded up my Lime minutes for the bike and the scooters or whatever. And I was prepared to, be hopping on the bike and headed downtown every day. It only takes me about 8 minutes to get there on the bike. So I was ready for whatever scenario occurred. But again, the new energy, right? The new stuff. This is like the best part. This is like the best seasoning, the part of life that makes life like fun. The reason why we wanted to come back, okay, is to have these type of emotions and experiences and to be able to feel them in this human experience. So yeah, this is the best part. And again, like I say, a good time in my life where, I'm still good. I still got a roof over my head. Everything's still good. Everything's still great, but I still get to have that start over energy. So in a very good space and trust and believe that, I'm 99% sure you'll be seeing another Jeep. All right. I love Jeeps and
Yay.
I ain't going nowhere as far as Jeep goes. So we're definitely still gonna be rocking with the Jeeps.
So where's the ducks? You got them?
I got the ducks. I got the
Okay.
ducks. I got every single duck up out of there. So we got the ducks. We're gonna pick up the tires probably early next week or whatever, at least the three tires that are still good. So that we don't have to start all the way over. But yeah, we're gonna make it happen. Get another Jeep. I'm gonna probably get a lift kit that's 1 inch higher. So I'm gonna get it even higher, right? Nice and set out. Oh yeah, we're gonna be lit.
Okay.
Trust. Just
I know
be
you're
on the
trying to
lookout.
wrap it up. I know you're trying to go, but you said MG, I have a question. Are the girls doing spring sports this year?
Yeah, Michaela's doing soccer. Mackenzie isn't doing anything except her hair. So she's just super into like her look and her hair, and she goes hangs out different places with her friends and things like that. Even though stuff like that we're even having to kind of put kind of a stop to because that whole thing that happened I told y'all about a few weeks ago. I don't know if I told y'all that. I'm pretty sure I told y'all, right?
About what?
When they was basically walking home from school. Um, so basically, I don't know if y'all know about the Beltline, right? But it's this walking trail in Georgia, and where we live is like kind of the more popular part of it. And we live around these things. But long story short, it's very much so populated, frequented, and the high school that they go to is directly on the Beltline, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
so they were walking home one day, and some guy, I guess, was a fan of the platform and everything else, and he recognized them. And he recognized them. He didn't say anything until like they had already walked past each other, and he was like, "Now back to the content." And so that made them turn around, and he he asked my girls like, do they take pictures? Like, he wanted to take a picture with them. And of
Oh
course,
no.
they were like a little bit weirded out by, just a grown man, that they don't know, just asking them to take a picture or whatever. And so, ever since then, we've kind of, me and their mom have kind of decided to, not kind of let them go out by themselves, except like certain situations and things like that. So,
No,
got
this is your
stuff like
first
that.
time telling us. I never heard this story before, but I'm sorry that happened. And Golden, yeah, I remember that. You said you walked down. Yeah, he was on live one day. Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
so
I
you have
told it
most
on my
people pay
live.
attention. Uh-huh.
Yep, yeah, I told it on my live. So, but yeah, so stuff like that, like I say, I mean, hey, you gotta kind of adjust and watch stuff like that because that was just so weird. Like, even if you're a fan, dude, like, just be like, I'm a fan of your dad or whatever. But why do you want to take a picture with them? Ugh, and unfortunately, I mean, I love all my people, but you know, some of them are weirdos.
You're right. Right.
so, so I can't control who watches or who's a fan or that type of stuff. But yeah.
I know,
So
I know Golden saying get a Jeep pickup truck this time. And are you gonna get another white one or whatever color you have in mind?
so the color is not necessarily the big deal to me or whatever. But everybody says that, right? Like a Wrangler is less than a Gladiator. And the Gladiators to me, it's not even a real pickup truck. You really can't put a whole lot. You can't put a whole lot in the bed of a Gladiator. And I just like the Wrangler better. I like the versatility of the Wrangler better. So, me personally, if I have my choice, I would get a Wrangler very similar to what I have, soft top, so I could just pop the top back whenever I want. Hybrid, right? So that it has that whole flow and everything else. And the drive of it, I love the way that those hybrids drive versus the regular Jeeps, right? So, yeah, like I hear you go. Listen. I love my Jeeps. I love the Gladiators. But to me, the Wrangler is just, I love it. So,
Right. I agree. They need to be getting some self-defense classes or something. Kick him in the nuts. But I bet they were frightened, shaken up at least.
well, I mean, they're my kids. So they're not, you know, I wouldn't say they was frightened. Maybe more so weirded out, right?
Yeah, MGO
Just,
said
just
it
weirded
best.
out.
I would have been
Mhm.
weirded out by that too.
Yep. And so it's just something to kind of keep an eye, just be cognizant of. But you can't stop stuff like that. And the truth is that if if I want to be huge, right? If I want to be big, if I'm receiving all these affirmations that I was telling y'all about, that that's gonna be a part of the game. That's gonna be a
Yeah,
part of the game.
Golden said the Wranglers do keep their value.
Yeah, I just like it. I love the look. Like, I loved my Jeep. I did. I love the way it looked. I love the offset tires, the boxy shape. I just love it. And the Jeep that I had was, I don't know, it just had a certain je ne sais quoi. Like, it was just a little bit, it just had a little bit more sauce than like just kind of the regular Wrangler. So, I'm looking to get something that kind of has that same flavor and feel.
Marcus, have you considered getting them Barna, a Barna, or a similar non-lethal tool? At least some pepper spray.
Definitely the pepper spray. Which we just haven't got it yet. But yeah, I've definitely that's definitely something that we talked about. And I was actually supposed to get it when I got my recent gun that I bought. Me and my brother went to a gun show. But we got caught up, and by the time we was, got done getting our guns, the place was shutting down, so we didn't really have time to like, shop for them or whatever. But we're definitely gonna get some type of pepper spray, and
Yeah.
but not a gun. Not a gun.
Yeah, and they got
Like,
the little ones that you could, put a little clamp, that little latch on your buckle or your belt or whatever, and just pull it like a lighter.
mhm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, yep, yep. So something like that will be perfect, for them. And then, like I say, just kind of make sure that we keep an eye on them. Not letting them go here, there, like how they used to, but just kind of more so within controlled environments, right? Make sure that they are going places at certain times, certain, it's populated a certain way, that type of deal.
All right.
Because we're not gonna stop them from being kids, um, or anything
Yeah.
like that. So
And the dude probably was even innocent too, but you just never know. They're
I was about
famous
to say,
kids at
yeah, I
this
mean,
point. So,
yeah, he may have just been, like socially awkward or whatever, not really kind of understanding that that wasn't maybe the greatest way to present yourself, you know what I'm saying? Or to show your support, you know what I'm saying? So it could be that, right? I'm not saying that he was like this automatic bad dude or whatever, but like you say, it's just something to just be cognizant of.
right. But I don't know what's the difference, Jen, between the bear spray and the pepper spray. Bear as in the animal? I never even heard of that. You ever heard of that bear spray?
I have heard of bear spray, but I'm not an expert on what the difference
Oh.
is, any of that stuff. So, yep. All right, I'm gonna let y'all go. I got a couple of pieces of content that, like I said, I'm gonna bring y'all tomorrow. That should be pretty hype. So y'all just be on the lookout for that.
Okay.
And definitely appreciate you allowing me up on the panel. And shit, like I say, y'all just stay tuned in. 2026 is gonna be a good ride.
Oh, I see it right here. It said bear spray is a highly effective, non-lethal aerosol deterrent used to
Mm.
stop aggressive bears.
Okay,
Hmm.
so go with the bear spray. Okay, see, learn something new every day.
Typically costing $35 and $60 per canister. Never heard of that.
Mm.
Thank you, Jen. We'll have
There
to
you
do a
go.
matchup, see which one's better. All right. Well, thank
Mm-mm.
you. Yeah, it was nice for you to come up. We didn't get no
Listen.
hot tea tonight like before, like we normally do, but
Oh yeah, yeah. We gotta sip on the iced tea sometimes. Little
you
Arnold Palmer, right? Little
you
Arnold
family
Palmer get you right
you
in the
fa-
game.
you family man Marcus now, so no more hot tea for
Not,
now.
not, not. Listen, if you ever get any tea at this point, it's gonna be piping hot. So we just gonna keep it iced tea. We gonna keep it nice and chill, nice little with a little 1800 in it. That's it. All right. All
Okay.
right. Y'all have a
Have
good
a
one. All
good
right.
night.
You
All
too.
right. Take care. The tracking on their phones. I tried my best, y'all. He did answer majority of y'all questions. I'm sorry, Lotus. Not Lotus. Clarissa said, "Do you have tracking on their phones?" Mm, yeah, but shout out Tiffany. All right, y'all. It was real. Do anybody need the link for whatever reason, or I'm gonna get up out of here? You said the spray is useless. Get to jail. They use that. All right. Going once, going twice. Last call for alcohol in the castle. It was definitely real. This live turned out totally different than I planned it. I didn't even know really, besides the little stuff I had jotted down, what I was going to talk about. So shout out to Marcus and Quell for hitting the panel and coming up here. All right, y'all. I guess I'll see y'all tomorrow. I hope everybody have a great night. Thank God that it's Friday. Okay. Thank you, Clarissa. Yes, girl. Tell them definitely hit the like button. Definitely hit the like button on your way out if you didn't do so yet. Okay. He said studies have shown that pepper spray is not very effective on groups of people who eat a lot of peppers. Oh wow. Ooh. Champagne is still rocking out with us. Hey, Champagne. Thank you, girl, for still being here. But yeah, y'all have a good night. Okay. I'll see y'all later. Wait, what Lotus said? I enjoyed the live. Oh, thank you, Lotus. Thank you for being here. And shout out to everybody that dropped down and, gave their feedback. And y'all all kept it respectful tonight. So I appreciate that, okay? Hey, Pie. You say you can't wait to watch the replay. I hope y'all talk about Dead Rose. No, I don't know what she's been up to because I haven't been paying her no attention. She's not my content. I'm only watching stuff that I give content about, reaction. Yeah, notice I haven't been given, about the street tea like that. It's unfortunate because I know a lot of people actually enjoyed that. A lot of people love when I do the recap. I promise you, at no time that I was giving the recaps, I was trying to be malicious. All I did was say, you know what? Jen went live today. Jen said she can't stand Lotus. Oh, she's so tired of Golden, but she cool with Copper. You know what I mean? And I just was telling them step by step what happened, especially if the live was gone. I wasn't trying to be malicious, but everybody thought I was being malicious. So I'm like, at this point, it just seemed like whoever give the recap or the daily rundown or whatever, always gonna get attacked. So still talking about Marcus and the lady in the tent smashing. Oh, Pie? I wish you had came before Marcus dropped down. See, yeah, so I've been spending less and less time watching the people that I don't talk about anymore, So that's why I say every time he drop a video, I'm notification gang. I be stumbling over everybody trying to run over there because that's what I'm talking about now. So I'm sorry to the people that was really, really depending on me to give y'all the tea, what happened in the streets every day. But it's not worth me coming on here getting attacked every day. You know what I mean? So, it's not worth it. I love my peace. She is trying to build a hate train. Yeah. Yep. It is what it is. Just like she, she was hollering and screaming our names the other day. I didn't even give no reaction about it. I don't care. All right. So we don't care who he's smashing. Let her worry about it now because she can't have her way. Yeah, it is what it is. And then what I did want to say before I go, I'm glad I didn't leave. I do want to tell everybody that, you know how before I just used to share out everything, just sharing out everything. I'm a little bit more mindful now about whatever I'm sharing, okay? So please don't take offense that you made a video cussing out Copper today or whoever and I didn't share it. That don't mean that I don't support you. But in order for me to move away from the drama, I can't be saying, oh, I'm moving away from the drama, but I'm still all under the comments of the drama video, laughing it up, sharing it out. I'm still, in it. You get it? So in order for me to go about my business, back to the content, I don't bother to share it. I don't bother to leave a comment. I still support everybody, though, if that makes sense, okay? I'm just doing what's best for me. Because we have a lot of Castle residents that's like, girl, we're tired of the drama. And remember, I did promise y'all, we're going to get back to the content. We're going to leave the drama alone. So I'm doing what I promised, okay? I've been delivering. I've been keeping my word. So a disgusting individual. So hope that makes sense to everybody. Yeah. I just don't want to be a part of all that madness. I'm back, minding my business, doing my thing. So have a great night, guys. And shout out to everybody that came up in here tonight. I really, really appreciate y'all. See y'all later.
This the castle, the vibe is royal, but don't come fake, we don't do this loyal. Share this heat if you know they need facts, then pull up in the chat where the real ones at. Chill with the queen or catch that chaos. Respect the space or the gate get locked. It's the gone, Queenie. I stay calm, but I'll still check a hole. Y'all talk too much, me, I just watch. Give me receipts, then back round the block. Share what's real and what's not. If you've seen the live, you already know. Hope you enjoy the show. We don't beg for a seat, we design the scene. Castle vibes only level, we a team. This space built calm, hush, we don't move like the rest. Nah, this thing tight and the vibe hit harder when the crowd polite. We laugh, we sip, we check who switched them bones to the beat while we fix that glitch. Hope you could stay till the live was finished. Every day I'm about dissing and causing tension. I appreciate you all, so I bring the trending content. Shout out to my subscribers, look, Present Castle residents. I appreciate you all, so I bring the trending content. Shout out to my subscribers, look, Present Castle residents. Good night, my loves. If you read the vibe, go ahead and subscribe. But if you really want a whole seat in a castle, join the fam tea spill first in silence. With class walk, good, steer wise, and mind how you're moving at these YouTube streets. Coulda strike down the castle, sure. Wrong move, girl. We're still there, stronger, louder, unshaken. Back like we never left. Back like we never left. Yeah, black lip strike, but me still there on top. Try feel lock my voice, but me never gon' stop. Content clean, castle stand firm. Who them fit test, them soon enough to learn. Me rise up bold, me not take no loss. If the stone them fling, me turn it to boss. We write real strong, no fear, no stress. Come for the queen, but me still blessed. Back like we never left. Yeah. Stronger than the test. Play my own sound, me own content. Who vex, who press? Cause to rise up, we nah bow down. Chat too much, them all look clown. Back like we never left. Me say it again, me crown. Back like we never left. Them can't mute the truth, can't shadow me light. Every word me drop, hit hard pon the mic. Fear fight me deal, but them deal in shade. Me talk real facts, them fade me upgrade. Receipts in a hand, me roll with the proof. Strike all you want, the lies uncool. This castle now crumble, it shine pan nights. Me vice me weapon, me rights me might. Back like we never left. Stronger than the test. Play my own sound, me own content. Who vex, who press? Cause to rise up, we nah bow down. Chat too much, them all look clown. Back like we never left. Me say it again, me crown. Back like we never left. We own we sound, we own we space. Strike who strike what? Nah disgrace. Castle lock tight, me queen with pace. Ya know, me there front of your face. So mind your step when you come for the castle. We stronger, we louder, we bad. Back like we never left. Remember that. Remember that. Yeah. It's the lobby. It's the castle where queens come clean. Facts get dropped and the vibes stay mean. No chaos here, just calm with a crown. Sip slow, speak truth, then shut it down. Press play, come correct or don't. We ain't chasing drama, we confront what won't. So like, share sub, get in the zone. But if you fake, stay out of this throne. Y'all out for nothing, we logging calm. Talk real life, not a circus charm. Every room got rules, this one's grown. Keep it cute to stay gun, this castle's known. Built on truth, no scripts, no flex. We peep, we speak, then leave it in text. Don't ask who said it, check the tone. The vibe is bossed up and we stand alone. We don't yell, we shift the space. The queen don't move till it's time to face. No sneak, no fake, no lurk, no plot. Just vibe and peace or get blocked on the spot. Pull up with class, leave with facts, drop comments, shop. Never fumble with caps, this ain't just chat. This here is zone where women talk heavy but keep it grown. We don't yell, we shift this space. The queen don't move till it's time to face. No sneak, no fake, no lurk, no plot. Just vibe and peace or get blocked on the spot. It's Levy, it's the castle where queens come clean. Facts get dropped and the vibes stay mean. No chaos here, just calm with a crown. Sit slow, speak truth, then shut it down. Press play, come correct or don't. We ain't chasing drama, we confront what won't. So like, share sub, get in the zone. But if you fake, stay out of this throne. Welcome to the castle, me love the castle, me love no chaos, just clean vibes, real chat and big truth. So if you're ready, subscribe. But if you're ready to ride, join the fam. Now take your seat, sip your tea, and walk wise in these YouTube streets. It's the castle where queens come clean. Facts get dropped and the vibes stay mean. No chaos here, just calm with a crown. Sip slow, speak truth, then shut it down. Let her press play, come correct the dome. We ain't chasing drama, we confront what won't. So like, share, sub, get in the zone. But if you fake, stay out of this throne. Y'all loud for nothing, we logging calm. Talk real life, not a circus charm. Every room got rules, this one's grown. Keep it cute or stay gone, this castle's known. Built on truth, no scripts, no flex. We peep, we speak, then leave it in text. Don't ask who said it. Check the tone, the vibe is bossed up and we stand alone. We don't yell, we shift the space. A queen don't move till it's time to face. No sneak, no fake, no lurk, no plot. Just vibe in peace or get blocked on the spot. Pull up with class, lead with facts. Drop comment sharp, never fumble with caps. This ain't just chat, this here a zone where women talk heavy but keep it grown. Now I stay calm but I still check a hole. Y'all talk too much, me, I just scroll. Gather up receipts, round 12 they unfold. Facts hit harder when the tea served cold. Share if it's real or tag if it's needed. Don't come for the queen if you barely completed. We casting chaos or chilling the throne. But either way, we stand on our own. Welcome to the castle, my loves. No chaos, just clean vibes, real chat and big truth. So if you're ready to subscribe, but if you're ready to ride, join the fam. Now take your seat, sip your tea, and walk wise into these YouTube streets. Straight down the castle. Sure. Wrong move, girl. We still there. Stronger. Louder. Unshaken. Walk like we never left. Black lip strike, but me still there on top. Traffic lock my voice, but me never gon' stop. Content clean. Castle stand firm. Who them fit test them soon have to learn. Rise up bold, me not take no loss. Every stone them fling me, turn it to boss. We right real strong, no fear, no stress. Come for the queen, but me still blessed. Back like we never left, yeah. Stronger than the test, yeah. Play me own sound, me own content. Who vex, who press? Castle rise up, we nah bow down. Chat too much, them all look clown. Back like we never left. Me say it again, me crown. Them can't mute the truth, can't shadow me light. Every word me drop, it hard pon the mic. Fear fight me deal, but them deal in shade. Me talk real facts, them fade me upgrade. Receipts in hand, me roll with the proof. Strike all you want, the lies uncouth. This castle now crumble, it shine pon nights. Me vice my weapon, me rights me mind. Back like we never left, yeah. Stronger than the test, yeah. Play me own sound, me own content. Who vex, who press? Castle rise up and now bow down. Chat too much, them all look clown. Back like we never left. Me say it again, my crown. We on with sound, we on with space. Strike who strike, what not disgrace. Castle lock tight, my queen with pace. Jah know me there, front of your face. We on with sound, we on with space. Strike who strike, what not disgrace. Castle lock tight, my queen with pace. Jah know me there, front of your face. So mind a step when you come for the castle. We stronger, we louder, we back like we never left. Remember that. We done talking, now it's time to leave. Ain't no back and forth, bitch, please. Said what I meant, left the rest in peace. I don't chase no clicks, I just move in ease. Calm with the facts, bold when it land. Whole lot of grace with a mic in hand. No shouting matches, just point and glide. Castle closed down smooth, we don't collide. A little tea got poured in the room, stay cool. We grown in the castle, don't bend no rule. You came, you stayed, now log out clean. No shade in the chat, just soft and seen. If you vibe with truth, you already know. No extra talk, just let it flow. Subscribe if you feel it, join if you're grown. That member T hit different when it's your own. This ain't petty, this poise, this presence on cue. With a side of I see it, but I move with truth. I log off calm, no storm to chase. Just satin and standards in a sacred space. Catch me next drop, the doors open wide. But bring peace when you come, leave shade outside. We don't rush truth, we just let it right. Now dim that screen down, we good night. Good night, my people. Thank you so much for passing through the castle tonight. If you enjoyed the vibe, don't forget to subscribe. But if you really want the real, become a member. That's where the tea spill first. Real calm, real clear. Till next time, walk good, walk good. Stay blessed and mind how you move in these YouTube streets. To the castle, everybody come inside, where each soul is important and stands with pride. No opinion's better than the next, we respect them all feelings are valid, let them echo off every wall. In the home of good vibes, we embrace and we heal, sharing truth and compassion with a soulful appeal. I'm your vibes queen, guiding light through the night, building trust in our kingdom as our hearts unite. I brew all the tea warm and sweet with intention, got receipts to back it up, every claim gets attention. They call me the receipt queen, evidence on my throne. When drama gets crazy, I make sure the truth is known. Y'all like, can you believe what we've heard? I keep it real and calm, delivering truth in each word. If rumors are swirling, I say, okay, let's see, and present all the facts so y'all can feel free. For my members only, I share that exclusive tea. Platinum, you love it over here, living life carefree. We keep it real and loyal, trust growing each day. Inside these castle walls, love flows in every way. Every castle resident's voice is heard loud and clear. We vibe together in harmony, year after year. Our story grows stronger with each conversation. So join the family now, be part of creation. Like, comment, subscribe to the castle, where everyone is welcome. All be hip-hop track. Welcome to the castle, everybody step inside. Vibes queen on the throne, come along for the ride. No opinion's better than the next, that's the deal. All feelings are valid, every vibe here is real. Castle residents, stand up, we keep it moving strong. In this kingdom of vibes, you know that you belong. Respect in the castle, that's how we do it each day. So settle in and vibe out, VQ's leading the way. I'm the receipt queen, I keep receipts on file, spilling all the tea in the castle with style. When the drama pops off, ooh, y'all like it's hot. I stay cool with the facts, giving proof on the spot. You got my story, okay, I'll prove it real quick, dropping all the receipts, now the truth really sticks. I'm serving up truth while they just chasing clout. In the castle we keep it real, no room for any doubt. For my members only, I spill extra tea on the side. Platinum, you love it over here, it's a VIP ride. Behind these castle doors, I serve truth extra strong. Exclusive vibes for my people, we vibing all night long. If you want the inside scoop, then you know what to do. Hit that join button fast and come through with the crew. Castle crew so loyal, shining bright like a crown. We built this family together, ain't no tearing it down. Like, comment, subscribe to the castle, where everyone is welcome. step in the castle, ain't no clout needed. VQ got the T and the facts come receipted. Receipts on deck, so don't gas the lie. We break it down slow, don't blink, don't try. No pick-me moves, no internet threat. She checks the story first, then clears the rest. Just a castle, where opinions breed. But you better come correct when you speak on V. She cool, but don't get it confused. She got patience, but don't misuse. You came for the vibes, now buckle up tight. The castle got range, truth, sass, and insight. Ooh, childlike, what you thought this was? A clickbait crew or a drama buzz? Nah, boo, we layered, grown and weird. Drop a crown in the chat if you really care. No kids over here in Castle Land, and every single queen got a voice to stand. You don't need permission to tell your truth, but just know we got files, no need for proof. She said it once, that was plenty to know. Platinum is still loving it over here, and yeah, I show. I be chilling in the chat, then I speak with a smile. We don't air no CCs without facts on file. See, feelings valid, that's Castle law. No silencing, no petty flaw. You can vent, you can cry, you can call it out. If you fake, we gon' call it without a doubt. We were going back and forth, but we settled the mess. Now we building like queens, clean and blessed. Ain't no clicks, just truth and grown. If you moving with lies, keep that shit at home. Go ahead, hit that notification bell. Like, comment, subscribe, it's free as well. This ain't no surface convo zone. We get deep, we drag, we stand alone. Membership, holding the heat on hush. That castle content hit with a quiet rush. You either in or out, no halfway space, but the doors stay open and you're always safe.
Welcome to the castle, everybody come and chat. There's no fun in the bushes. Ooh, child, are like, okay. Yep, I sure do.
Welcome to the castle, everybody come inside, where each soul is important and stands with pride. No opinion's better than the next, we respect them all feelings are valid, let them echo off every wall. In the home of good vibes, we embrace and we heal, sharing truth and compassion with a soulful appeal. I'm your vibes queen, guiding light through the night, building trust in our kingdom as our hearts unite. I brew all the tea, warm and sweet with intention, got receipts to back it up, every claim gets attention. They call me the receipt queen, evidence on my throne. When drama gets crazy, I make sure the truth is known. Woo, shall like, can you believe what we've heard? I keep it real and calm, delivering truth in each word. If rumors are stolen, I say okay, let's see. Then present all the facts so y'all can feel free. My members only, I share that exclusive tea. Platinum, you love it over here, living life carefree. We keep it real and loyal, trust growing each day. Inside these castle walls, love flows in every way. Every castle resident's voice is heard loud and clear. We vibe together in harmony year after year. Our story grows stronger with each conversation. So join the family now, be part of creation. Like, comment, subscribe to the castle where everyone is welcome. Welcome to the castle, everybody step inside. Vibes queen on the throne, come along for the ride. No opinion's better than the next, that's the deal. All feelings are valid, every vibe here is real. Castle residents, stand up, we keep it moving strong. In this kingdom of vibes, you know that you belong. Respect in the castle, that's how we do it each day. So settle in and vibe out, VQ's leading the way. I'm the receipt queen, I keep receipts on file. Spilling all the tea in the castle with style. When the drama pops off, we'll shout like it's hot. I stay cool with the facts, giving proof on the spot. You doubt my story, okay? I'll prove it real quick, dropping all the receipts, now the truth really sticks. I'm serving up truth while they just chasing clout. In the castle, we keep it real, no room for any doubt. From my
members only. I spill extra tea on the side. Platinum, you love it over here. It's a VIP ride. Behind these castle doors, I serve truth extra strong. Exclusive vibes from my people, we vibing all night long. If you want the inside scoop, then you know what to do. Hit that join button fast and come through with the crew. Castle crew so loyal, shining bright like a crown. We built this family you together, ain't no tearing it down. Like, comment, subscribe to the castle where everyone is welcome.
We done talking, now it's time to log. Ain't no back and forth, I don't argue in blogs. Said what I meant and I meant that clear. Soft voice, sharp truth, cut clean in here. No chaos, no shouting, no drag for free. Just calm, cold facts with a little hot tea. If you came for the mess, baby, this ain't that. This castle built peace, yeah, we handle it flat. Don't wait on a clap back, I don't do performing. I exit with a beat, drop and leave without warning. Grown women talk, this the closeout flow. Where the vibe gets soft, but the pressure still shows. Subscribe if you get it, join if you bold. The membership heat ain't never been told. We spilling that first, real light, real still. But it cut through fake like a whisper will. This ain't petty, this poise, this presence on cue. With a side of eye, peeped it, but I won't move for you. I'm signed off calm, no extra scene. Just lace on my steps and a crown that's clean. So catch me next drop, or don't at all. This castle don't chase, queen answers a call. The vibe don't yell, it just echo right. Now dim the screen down, we done, good night.
Good night, me loves. Thank you so much for coming to the castle tonight. If you enjoyed the vibe, me ask you, subscribe. But if you really want to be part of the family, become a member. That's where the tea spill first. Quiet, clean, and always back. Till next time. Walk good, stay wide.